Hello. Hello again. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Who's ready for some more 380 ops? I know I am. Today was on the fence. I didn't know if today was going to happen. I could have gone do some real flying. Called my buddy up and it's like, hey, you want to spend Saturday in a hotel room, watch college football all day, don't have to be around your kids and all that stuff? I said, yep. I'm like, all right, here you go. Here. Want this trip? Boom. So I'm substituting the real world flying for some A380 operations, and this one's going to be fun. We're going on a short little hop. We've done it before, several different airplanes, but I don't know if I know we haven't done it on a 380, but I'm trying to remember the last time we flew into MROC or Costa Rica. It's been quite some time. I've gone down there in real life. It's a beautiful flight, beautiful approach. Done the Cyrus visual a handful of times, and it is a lot of fun. Now they got an RNP down there, which is less fun, but we're going to see if we can get this to work here with the A380. So, welcome in. This is going to be a lot of fun. Looks like we got an Asiana down there. They got a Lufthansa down there. I picked this livery up. This is the Malaysian livery that has a lot of juice on it, a little less dirt, some grime. Looks great. So I think Infian told me to pick this one up. But yeah, I'm excited for this. I hope you guys are excited. A little Friday afternoon stream. And I do have something else that we might do, a little Friday PM stream. If you're in the Discord, you may have seen some leaked photos of what I was showing. But there is something else that might have to do a little Friday night hop. We'll see. We'll see. The day is young. The pumpkin spice lattes are flowing. The rain and clouds and 55-degree fall weather is here. And I couldn't be more excited to be going live with you guys right now. So, Team Fox in the house, shout out, man. Atul's here, Justin, Kyle Ferris, Ali, Sammy, Chaos in the house. Yeah, you got to hide from Miss V1, man. No, she's actually happy I'm staying, Brown, so you're okay on this one. Phil's here, Dylan, Jasper, Ralph R, Mad Cat 49, Whiskey, Chris PT6, Lazaros is here, Zach Lewine, Bills Mafia. Man, who the Bills play tomorrow? The Dolphins. Oh, they play on Sunday. That's right, the Dolphins. Ooh, hopefully we can get a Dolphins win over the Bills on Sunday. What do you say about that? All right, y'all. Thank you all for coming in. Welcome in here. Let me go ahead and hide this. I've got the catering services started. I've got the passenger boarding already started. Looks like the catering is finishing up. And the passenger buses are already arriving because we know it's going to take quite some time to load this puppy. So, still no banana spirit. I'm actually, you know what, Ish? I was looking at all the liveries released, and I'm actually surprised that there's not more of the Ryanairs, the Southwest, the Spirits. That would be a lot of yellow. I was thinking we need a bare metal American Airlines livery. Could you imagine if the A380 was in brushed aluminum? You would see it from space. Like, it would be so bright and shiny and reflective. I know you can't do brushed aluminum on the composite, but I still think it would be kind of a cool looking livery. Now, this livery, though, I forget who did it. I'm not sure who did it. It's on the Flight Sim TO. It's like the Malaysia pack, but this is the proper dirt and grime. I guess Malaysia, the climate is pretty damp, right? A lot of humidity, a lot of rain. So maybe they just don't wash the airplanes. They try to fly through the rain, but it's not working out too well. But I love it. Brings some character to the airplane. So, ooh, you know what? T-Way livery wouldn't look all that bad. There is an American livery. I downloaded it, and I didn't check it out, though, but I did download the American livery. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set a pseudo taxi cam up here like this. In drone cam. Pseudo taxi cam, right? All right. Welcome in. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? Waiting for Sun Country. Jeez. GSX is working. Key 6 is in love with GSX out there. We got GSX. We got 484 passengers to board. Going to take some time. And you know what? I might actually speed up their boarding process. We'll see here after we get everything loaded. Now, what I think we need to change the wing views. Do we need to change the wing views? I like the glass look better, honestly. Make it look more like a... I think I like that better. For some reason... I gotta open the cargo doors, I know it. But for some reason, when I don't see the window porthole, it kind of ruins the immersion for me, you know? Are you guys the same way? Let's do lower level. Let's find ourselves a window here. Like... I don't know. I think that just looks better. I'm going to redo that view right there. Glass is more legit. I agree, Ron. Good to see you, man. Hope things are well in the Irish lands. All right, let's open up the doors over here. Let's go to the payload Cerviches. Cargo doors are open. Let's fire up this A380. So we'll go external power 1, external power 2. I did learn some things about engine start. And how to get the generators online, or do 1, then 2, and then 3 and 4 to help minimize the load on the APU. So we'll get all external powers on. We'll get batteries on. Battery. That all comes on. Crew supplies coming up. We'll get the nav ADIRs into nav. Those are working. Strobe auto. Load crew stays off. Nav light is on. Seatbelts can stay off. We're going to be fueling. We'll put the no mobile signs on. Actually, we'll keep it in auto, I guess. Emergency exit lights are armed. And how are sim sounds? You guys getting sim sounds? They're kind of low. I'll turn them up a little bit. I am using 4K, Ryan. So this airplane, for me, it eats my VRAM like there's no tomorrow. So I have reduced my level of detail from 350 or whatever max is down to 180. I've turned my terrain detail from ultra to or whatever the full far right is, the other slider, to half, and then I've went textures to high instead of ultra. So I have knocked down my settings substantially for this airplane, and I still run out of VRAM, but if you have frame generation, that's just going to be part of the problem. But Anyways, Chaos, I went back. This was in the patch. I guarantee you, man. The first flight we did before the patch, this was not out and on. And now it automatically is out and on. It's got to be in the patch, Chaos. It was in the patch. I'm going to turn this on. I don't know what it does, but it's up and running. So here we go. We got our aircraft loaded up. Let's do a magic barrel ref key. We got some ATC. We got... Who's Sked Center? Team Vodka, yours isn't? Are we under the... Who's Sked Center? Oh, maybe the RMP saves it, Chaos. Okay, well, maybe it saves a position. Maybe, I guess that must be what it is. Because I looked, I went back and I checked. I'm like, okay, that push button was not out. But then now it's been subsequently. Okay, we are under Sked Center. We'll pick up a clearance from then. Let's go ahead and do a couple things real quick. Let's go flight plan. Nope. Let's go initialize. Let's go company flight plan request. Let's pull in the uplink first. Once we get it uplinked, we'll call clearance, see if there's any changes, and then we can modify from there. So we'll insert this. This is a SKBO-MROC 380 on the cruise. And what I'll do is I'll just throw that on the F plan page. We won't load up any departure and arrival yet. Let's take a look at the weather. Let's go to the dashboard since I didn't know this existed, but I love the dashboard now. We'll turn up the lighting here. SimBridge. Oh, I forgot to launch SimBridge. Okay, well, here's the thing. Chaos, I also had a theory that SimBridge is causing me to run out of VRAM. So we haven't had an issue yet with the stuttering from the outside view. So we'll see, Chaos, we'll see. I'm going to run SimBridge off on this flight, giving up terrain, which is probably not a good thing considering we're flying in some very, very high terrain. I actually wanted to turn SimBridge on for this flight. I just forgot. So, and I don't think I could launch SimBridge with the sim running. So we're going to have to find out if this makes a difference or not. But no SimBridge, so no terrain mode for us. We're just going to have to look outside the window and pray. No VRAM issues on DirectX 11. DirectX 11 is for the birds, man. DirectX 12 is where it's at. Frame generation's where it's at. I'm doing like 87 frames right now, so I'm happy with it. Here we go. Skibo weather is... Give me the raw data. We got 340 at 8, 3,000, no SIG, 1027. All right, let's give Bogota Control a call. We do have to come down here and turn on the radios and page up key. Uh-oh, it did not work. Why can't I get my radio panel to turn on, Chaos? That's interesting. Oh, you know what it is? Whenever I restart the sim, it's all right. I'm not going to use the radio panel anyway for this flight because it doesn't really work because you have to enter it this way. 1286, boom, pop it over. 286 is up for Bogota Control. I can run SimBridge anytime. All right. If I tell you what, though, I think this is a good test. Let's just see if it happens, because we know yesterday with these same exact settings, when I would go from outside to inside view, I would have issues with the stuttering frame gen. So let's just see. It's for testing purposes. It's for science. We're going to find out together. But let's give Bogota Control a call with Information Alpha, and we should pull up our charts here real quick, especially on Bogota, and then we'll pull up the SIDS, so when he gives us one, we can hopefully find it on this chart here. We did file the Tobek for Romeo to Vasil, so let's pull it up. The Tobek 1s and 4s RNAVs. This is what we filed out of here. Hopefully we get this one. If not, we have our SIDS ready to go. So, all right, I'm blinding you with science. Bogota Control, good morning. Malaysia 357 Super, Information Alpha. I'd like to get our clearance to Costa Rica, please.
Malaysian 357, Bogota, you're cleared to San Jose, Vasil for uniform departure, and 1 for right, level 380, squawk 2204.
Did you guys catch what he said on the SID? The Toba? I think he said Tobek. All right, we're clear to Costa Rica via the Tobek 4 RNAV departure, 14 right, climb 380, squawk 2204 for Malaysia 357 Super.
Malaysia 357, please confirm it's the Vasil for uniform departure and squawk 2204.
Sorry about that. Will be the Vasil for departure, squawk 2204 for Malaysia 357 Super.
It's the Basel for uniform departure, but otherwise read back correct.
Vasil for a uniform for Malaysia 357 Super. Thank you.
Malaysian 357, read back correct. Comment ready for push and start.
We'll call you for push and start, Malaysia 357 Super. All right, the Vasil. Where the heck is the Vasil? Vasil 4. Oh, of course. Now we got to have a real Bogotan coming on there and using his accent, flexing on us. Okay, so we're going to use the Vasil 4. Third time's the charm. Hey, that's real life right there. So Vasil 4, which would make sense. We are going to Vasil, which is out here. So Vasil 4, 14 right. So we didn't load it up. Let's go ahead and do it now. So SKBO, departure, runway expected, 14 right. SID, Vasil. Vasil for uniform departure, transition Vasil, like Vaseline. All right. Where's the click spots? I don't see a code hanger. All right, we'll insert that sucker there. All right. This looks good all the way down. Now, once we get into MROC, we'll go ahead and select. There, we're going to select, we want to land 2.5. But let's load in the RNAV. Right? Is it the RNAV visual 2.5? VPT, RNAV visual 2.5. Approach via Colin. The star is the Curry 3 from Isiba. We have Curry 4. Oh boy. Curry 4 Tango. What is? Let's look at the arrivals here real quick. Where is India? Oh, India is Iseba. Okay, Isiba. So that works. We'll insert that. Beautiful. All right. That all looks good. All right, so our flight plan is set. Beautiful. Let's go to our fuel and load. We'll go ahead and work through this. Now, what's interesting is my frames seem even better than normal. I think SimBridge is the culprit. Team Vodka, did you find the click spot? There is a click spot to hide the cabin. It's this one. Is it this one right here? I think right there is where that's what you click to hide the cabin. I'm not going to hide the cabin yet because right now, fingers crossed, we have other 380s on the ground. We have traffic on the ground. My frames are actually way better than they were at all yesterday. I mean, I'm sitting at 86 FPS right now. So let's hang tight on that. Let's see what happens here. Now we got to do our regular perf weight and balance. So we'll come over here to the fuel. Now I don't have, what are my settings for fuel again? I need to go to third-party options. Fuel synchronization is off. So can I load fuel by myself while we're boarding? We need 39.8 kilos. Let's go ahead and do that. We're going to defuel to 39.8. That's fine. So we're defueling via the EFB. We're loading via GSX because I don't want to, for some reason, you can't board and fuel at the same time. So that'll take care of that. That's good. Let's go back to our regular payload. We've got a zero fuel weight estimate today of 37 or 372.9. 372.9. 372.9. We'll enter that in there. The zero fuel weight CG is 3118. 3118. We'll throw you in there. 31.18. Wonderful. Or 31.1. Block fuel on board. We'll wait for it to finish. We are currently defueling right now from 50 thou down to about 40. So I like all that. We need to get our squawk code in there. Let's throw that in the box as well. We'll go to squawk 2204. That is on. And then what we will also do, go back to VHF, and we need to go to the serve page. And we will turn serve to auto 2204. I guess you could change it here, right? I guess that's a... And we'll put TCAS on TARA. I don't know why it wouldn't hurt doing it now at the gate. I mean, you wouldn't, but TCAS is set. Go back to FMS1, and then we need to go to our perf speeds. We'll do that after. Actually, since we can do perf speeds with SimBrief, let me run the numbers real quick. I'd like to see this import in the flight plan at some point, or in the EFB rather. I'm sure it will. SKBO-14 right, flap optimum, Toga flex, anti-ice off. Ooh. Omni Express. That sounds like Mr. AJ Funari. Flaps 3. Flaps 3, 2027-37. Is that possible? 2027-37 with flaps 3. 120. 127, 137. Let me double check. Yeah, 2027-37 flaps 3, cell temp 29. We're not going to do that.
That departure again for Omni Express 404.
Express 404, the departure.
That's what we're going to run. TO1, flaps 1, THS for takeoff. We will set that after we're finished loading and everything here, right? So, all right. Vodka's got a flap 1, 28, 39, 47 at flex 40. Okay, so we're in the same ballpark. Let me double check. What do we got for our estimated takeoff weight today? 907, 907,000 pounds. The max is 1.1, so we're well under that, and we'll be right at our max landing weight. So pretty much our limiting factor is landing weight, so that's why I'm not adding more fuel. Our estimated landing weight in Freedom units is 862.9. The max is 870, so that's really only 8,000 pounds of leeway with the fueling. So we're going to hang tight. We're not going to add any more gas. We're going to go with the numbers as is. I do have us running at a higher cost index, so we should burn a little bit more. What program do I use for V-Speeds? For V-Speeds, you got to use the SimBrief takeoff calculator. That's what I've been using. That's kind of what they recommended. And to be honest, we've used the SimBrief speeds before for the Fenix, and it's been very close to real life. We did some comparisons to the with the Fenix 321 and my actual 321 takeoff numbers that I got in the airplane, the real airplane, and SimBrief did pretty good. So. Yeah, you're not in pounds, but it's fine. My SimBrief is in pounds. Okay, I'm not going to change my entire simulator just to run the 380. I know it's all in kilos. I'll run the EFB in kilos and I'll run the airplane in kilos, but I'm not changing my frame gen. I'm not changing my DirectX. I'm not changing my SimBrief just to fly one airplane. Oh, sensitivities for this airplane. I did add some curve. So, Vodka, what did we do? We went 50% reactivity on pitch, 70% reactivity on roll, and I want to say I did something else. I think that was it. I might have put a 20 curve in there as well. I think I put a 20 curve in there. And, Chaos, you'll be proud of me, I did indeed bind the autopilot disconnect. So we need to find ourselves some windows, though, for these engine views. So we'll do an engine view here. Upper deck. We'll save that view. Let's go ahead and save the rest of our views. I like this view, but we got to get realism mode here. Where are my windows at? Where are we at here? I'm kind of lost in the cabin. I'm between the floor. There, that at least looks like, that gives us some height. Look at that little 320. I like that view there. All right, so we've got forward window, middle window, and then we're going to stay lower level flap, but we're going to go inside the window here. Right in there is good. Lower level flap. All right, beautiful. Our binds are set. Everything else is set. I say let's do a magic barrel ref key. Let's make sure we have constraint modes on. Our initial altitude is 380 on the climb, unless it's depicted on the SID, which we might need to check.
Passenger's bus is coming.
Chivaka, I think it's just FSLTL putting traffic there. I don't have multiplayer on. I don't know why. I see random 320s, I swear, but they're maybe they're static. I'm not sure. 380 is set. No LS push buttons. Constraint mode is on. How's our fuel? Is it done? Fueling is done. 39.8. Let's go ahead and get all 76 fuel pumps on, and then we will start the APU. We're getting the hang of this. We are basically professionals. Oh, schedule alert. What's this? What's this? Oh, man. 10 minutes ago, I missed it. Let me see. Hang on.
Passengers boarding starting.
I'm not going to have it 10 minutes ago. It looked like a good trip. Survey says... Oh, it's still there. Oh, it's still there. Oh, it's still there.
005 taxi to holding from Kilo 1 runway 1 for right via Charlie, November 6.
Oh, wait. What's today? Friday? Saturday. Ah. I can't grab it. Dang it. It's within the window of grabbing it. That's probably why it's still there. No one else can grab it. I'm going to leave that up just in case I get some more schedule notifications. Alright, sorry guys. Let's start the APU. Sometimes real world flying takes precedence here. Alright, sim sounds are coming up for the APU start. Let's juice it up here, chat. Let's juice it up. I missed some stuff. Tyler Berg, thank you for the 19 months support. And Ali Samley earlier gifted a membership to the channel. Thank you both. Thank you for the support, guys. Appreciate you. I was heads down there trying to get the 380 up and running. I like the dirty tail. Yeah, me too. Man. Is this why my flight gets canceled? There's that weird, you hear that little like, is it like a spool down? What is that? Almost sounds like a glitch in the sound there. Yeah, the streak on the underbelly is juice. I love it, man. Absolutely love it. Okay, we've got her up and running. We'll start the chrono. We'll give it a 3-minute burn-off time. Terrain mode won't work, obviously, since we don't have SimBridge working. But Chaos, I'm going to be honest with you, Chaos. I think this was a SimBridge leak. I told you. SimBridge, fool me once. It's my fault. Fool me twice, you're dead to me. I think SimBridge is dead to me. I can live without terrain mode. Although it's going to be kind of suspect departing Bogota in the clouds with no terrain. But so far, we're looking good, Chaos. Frames are great. I might even go back up to juice textures. Alright, what else can we do? We'll stay busy here. We got our speed set 33.4 on the CG. That is still moving slightly. I think when we're done, it's going to be 32.9. Oh, it's still moving. Oh, was it supposed to get to 31? No, that's a zero fuel weight. We'll wait till it's done boarding, till we can import our CG. Will be a flaps 3 for takeoff. Be extra juice. Packs on. Anti-ice off. Current outside air temperature is what? Where is the outside air temperature? Oh, 20. So we're good. We are good. Pressurization. It's an auto. Wow, look at all. We never even went through all these systems pages before. Check our hydraulics synoptics out. All our hydraulics. We got no engine PSI. That's fine. It's normal. Alright. We will clear that out. Leave it on the doors page. And we are just about ready to go. You can switch to gross weight on the C on the EFB and take the plan value. You can just switch to gross weight. Uh-oh.
420X on box 104 at Salvador.
Air France. That sounds like Slustavo himself. You can switch the gross weight on the EFB and take the planned value. That seems too complex. Last night I got 33 on Ultra without Simbridge. This morning 20 FPS on Ultra with Simbridge. Mr. Lahe, okay, so this is good testing. I mean, we are still, I mean, it's still early. It's alpha. This is good testing purposes. If you are having frame struggles, just try, for a test, try turning Simbridge off for a flight. Now, back in the day, I 100% linked a memory leak of Simbridge, or maybe a memory leak is the wrong word, but I linked an issue with Simbridge and my PC. Now, this was on my older PC. So then I just left it be dead to me. Now, I ran Simbridge with the 380, with the 320. It was fine. Everything was fine. I'm not sure if it's my system specifically, but hey, I'm going to report to you my findings. And right now, we've been outside view multiple times and haven't had any issues. XP72, good to see you, man. Hope you're having a wonderful Friday, my friend. Yes, Simbridge, as far as I know right now, XP, with the 380, it's only for the terrain on ND. Chaos can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the only part that Simbridge is for the 380 anyway. Adam Chino, I think you're right. I think it's an AMD thing. Bomb Tech, you probably have an Intel, right? Zach Lewine, thanks for the support, man. 18 months, appreciate you.
The FS420 Lima.
XP says terrain is dead to me.
For uniform.
Hey, XP, I'm right there with you, man. Terrain is dead to me. Who needs to worry about terrain? If we put our airplane in a position where we actually need to worry about the terrain on ND, we done messed up, and we deserve to hit that terrain. We should not be relying on terrain on ND to fly safely. V1, the solution is obvious. Just go to X-Plane 12s.
Thank you, sir. We report when ready for push.
We report when ready for the push. Giles Rulin, good day, sir. Oh, you know what? We'll go ahead and turn the packs on. I bet it's nice and toasty in here. Get the APU bleed on. We could start disconnecting ground powers. I'm going to split 2 off. Reset the chrono. We got a nice air conditioning on board. We are almost done. I think we got maybe 1 bus left. We'll look down at the peasants down there in their lower level 320. Oh, Bogota just signed off. What screen is below the ISIS? Jeremy, I think that's a standby ISIS. I think there's 2 standby ISIS. I don't know. I guess maybe the other one's not modeled, perhaps. I'm not sure. Chrono in the packs, Spoozy. So I don't know how it is on the 380, but on the 320, once you turn the APU on from a cold start, the recommendation, it's not a limitation, it's a recommendation that you let the APU run for approximately 3 minutes before turning on the APU bleed. This is to help prevent any fumes in the cabin. There's multiple ways you can get fumes in the cabin from the APU. You've ever seen an APU start up initially, or just an engine start up when it's cold? Sometimes you see that puff of smoke, right, come out the back. So same thing with the APU. It's a jet engine back there. If you go right into the bleed, some of that leftover engine start or APU start smoke can get sucked back in. Or if you have unburnt fuel in the APU from the last shutdown, you can have these things. They're not 100% efficient 100% of the time. As they age, they get a little older. Sometimes there can be some unburnt fuel. Sometimes somebody could turn off the the batteries before the flap is fully closed on the subsequent or on the previous shutdown. So there are multiple ways that you can ingest fumes into the cabin if you just go APU on directly to APU bleed on. Now, I will tell you from experience, it's not going to do that every single time, because for years, we ran the APU bleed as soon as the APU came on. And I will tell you, when it's 120 degrees in Texas and that airplane is 100 degrees on the tarmac, that APU comes on, the APU bleed's coming on probably not 3 minutes later. It's probably going to be about a minute. I'll let it get a minute burn, whatever, and because we got to get the air on the cabin. So it's a recommendation. It's not a limitation for the 320 series. I'm not sure if it's similar for the 380, but I'm just crossing it over. Yeah, those engines look about the same size as that 320's fuselage. Steven's here. What's up, man? Saw the 380 spawning in the backyard and decided to do... XP, you're doing a long haul? Are you doing it tonight, man? Are you taking the 380 to London tonight? Scotty 2, here, I'm going to show you, man. We got 100 more packs to go. Right here, buddy. This is the hit click spot. Now, what happens if I click it? Can I click it back on, Chaos? Is it toggleable? I'd be curious. Alright, so ambient light is off. We'll turn the floodlight off. Integral lights all the way up. Main panel flood halfway. That looks juicy right there. I like that. We need 84 passengers. One Embraer 190 left to load. You seen the keyboard and the trade table? Spoozy. Yeah, after about 3 hours of trying to figure out where the click spots were. Keyboard is dead to me, though. I don't need no keyboard. Yeah, XP, that's right. The passengers have to walk not only up the stairs to the airplane, but then they got to walk up the stairs to the upper deck. Oh, Adam, could you imagine GSX seated passengers in a 380? 500 passengers seated in the 380. Now, what would be interesting is if you turn the cabin off with seated passengers, you just have a bunch of seated passengers flying through the sky with no airplane around them. Albert Till, I have not been able to get a jetway to connect to the airplane. Every time I do, it says no jetways here. But I'm okay with that because as far as I'm aware, there's only single jetway loading, whereas when we use the stairs, we get 3 stairs. So we got 3 stairs to load on this puppy here. V-Pilot, good to see you. Hey, V-Pilot, we are using the V-Pilot Design MROC today. Love it. Is it true you can't board if the cabin is above a certain temperature? Yes, Jeremy. 85 degrees, methinks. I think it's 85. 85 Fahrenheit. 500 passengers seated gives 2 FPS. 1 frame per even if it was, I mean, it's got to have, could you imagine? 8K textures, sim bridge, and 500 seated passengers in the back. I think the computer would just shut off. I think it would just turn off. Not even blue screen. It would just shut off. This beast can't fit at MROC. It can fit on the runway, and it can fit on the taxiway. We're going to have to park at a hard stand, though. I don't think we can take it to the terminal. Okay, we can park it. It will fit on the runway. I've done the dimension checks, and it will fit on the taxiway.
Ahola, Bogota, Center, Avianca, 10758, Brit, 78, El Dorado.
Bogota is offline,
Bravo,
sir.
and we're ready to copy IFR Cartagena.
Stephen. It would just shut off and start picketing. It would. So if Bogota is offline, we will go back to Unicom to advise our intentions on 22.8. And this is it. I think that was the last bus, chat. I think that was the last bus. So we need to see our CG is 32.8. 32.8. Boom, boom. And we will set that. Oh, no, we got 30 more passengers to go. So V-speeds are set. We're flaps 3. Flight plan is set. Let's close the cargo doors. Go to the Cerviche panel. Cargo door close, please. Favorite wide body on Microsoft Flight Sim? Well, what do we have for wide bodies? We've got the 380 7.4 default. We've got the 300. Ooh, I do love myself an A300. But is it a true wide body? I mean, it is a wide body. What else we got? MD-11, that's not going to be on the list. Oh, 777. Probably 777, man. Probably the 777, just because it's the most complete airplane that we have that's a wide body, I think. Nah, default 7.8 just feels empty to me. It feels empty and plastic. The default 7.4, I enjoyed flying it. I really do. But knowing that PMDG is in the works, I can't. I mean, it's hard to be excited flying the default 7.4 when you know that PMDG is bringing a 747 to the sim. So, I think when the 7.4 drops, that'll be my one and only wide body for a month. A300 is great, Johan. I wanted to fly it. I put the vote out, but nobody voted for it. Well, it didn't win the vote. It came in second or third. Yeah, Steven, they're bringing all the 7.4s. Bosco, the working title 7.8 isn't bad. I enjoyed my flight on it, but it just felt kind of... It just felt... I don't know how to explain it, man. No soul, I guess. Kind of like a no soul in the 7.8. Maybe because you can throw the FT sim on there, it makes it sound better, but it just felt a little soulless to me. But I've heard it's good, and it might just be a 787 thing with me. You know, if I'm going to fly a 2-engine wide body, just give me the triple, you know? I'll take the triple. The triple gets me excited. And I don't even like the 777 in real life. I think it's pretty mid. But in the sim, I'm like, yeah, I like. You get out your EFB, you got all the routing, get the A cars, you got checklists, you got good sounds. I mean, I like the 777. No soul, isn't that 100% well simulated? You do have a point, Chaos. You have a point there. You have a point. That is 100% realistic for the 7.8. It has no soul. Jeremy, 7.6, 7.5. I couldn't be more excited. Could not be more excited for 7.5, 7.6. If we can get some updates or some, I think I would imagine, well, I don't know, 24's on the horizon, but we haven't heard much about the passenger variant of the FSS 727, so I'm kind of waiting to see if they're going to say anything in the coming weeks or any update on that. So right now, Jeremy, I think I'm most excited for the 7.5 and the 7.4. Now, I know the 7.4 is going to be a long way off. I have a feeling we're not going to see it till maybe this time next year.
For Bogota traffic,
Oh.
420 Lima, right to push at 104, and we're back to runway 14, right? And we're report ready for taxi.
Ali Sammy, thanks for the 2 Canadian, man. Appreciate the super chat, my man. Very kind of you, sir. All right. Where are we at? We are at stand
9758, we're at
41.
stand 78. We're going to start our push for taxi, runway 14 left.
Bogota traffic, Malaysia 357 super. We're at stand 41, beginning pushback and start for 14 left, Bogota traffic. All right, prepare for pushback and departure. Let's go. Doors are closing. A beacon light is on. Disconnecting. External power confirmed. We are ready. So how we're going to start this up. So apparently I got to email him back. I don't know if you're here today, but I got an email from a 380 guy. He's giving me some tips, and to minimize load, you start engine 1, then you start engine 2, and then you start 3 and 4 in sequence. At least that's how it was recommended. So helps kind of minimize load on the APU. Yeah, exclamation point specs, Gabriel. Exclamation point specs. Not spexa, Kyle. Specs. Alright, there go the stairs right through the engine. Excellent. You are cleared to start. Alright, today's throttle brought to you by Throttletek once again. They do have a 380 throttle quadrant. Also a 7576 quadrant. It is free, Eduardo. The 380 is free. Yeah, I don't think it is, Chaos. I think you're right. This is the best view in the house right here. I know, Kyle. And we're going to Flaps 3, which is even juicier. All right, we need to go nose right, tail left. Cockpit to ground, brakes released, you are clear to push. All engines clear. I'm going to say negative, Ghost Rider. All Alright, engine mode to ignition start. Don't be doing that on me. We're going to start 1, then 2. Turning 1. Shh.
Bogota traffic, Avianca 9758. Stand 78, finished our push. We'll taxi Papa Alpha, holding point runway 14 left.
Did I say nose left? I meant to do nose right. Dang it. What did I select? Did I really select nose left? Gosh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, I'll loop around on Bravo. Bravo is an approved taxiway, so. Sounds like we got a good start on number 1. Let's go ahead and start number 2. Well, this is going to be interesting here. What are we doing? What are we doing, GSX? If he gets me straight, I'm just going to stop. We're going to stop right here as soon as he gets me straight on the taxiway. Perfect. Disconnect, please. Good night. Cockpit to ground. Brake set. Alright, so we've got, so basically what happens is you have 2 engine generators on, right? So now we can go ahead and start 3 and 4 in sequence. We'll just go boom, boom, and spin these up. Yeah, but the proper infin from a real Emirates 380 Captain is to relieve stress on the generator, on the APU. If you just go 2 starts off the APU, it's twice the load. It can do it, but you're doing extra strain on the APU.
We'll proceed with taxi for runway 14 right for Golf Papa Kilo, and we'll report when ready for takeoff.
There comes the bleed air. You can hear the bleed air coming back on. All right, so engine mode back to normal. We'll go ahead and arm the speed brakes. Flaps 3. Everybody listen. Shh, shh, shh. Listen, I'm not going to deploy the flaps until we hit 250 likes. We have 670 people watching. How fast can we hit 250 likes? Come on. We had 1,000 likes before takeoff yesterday. We're going flaps 3. If not, we're not deploying the flaps. APU bleed's coming off. That's coming off. We're going to go, RTO is armed, climb nav 380 is set. Now, will OANs work without SimBridge? Hey, see, I don't need SimBridge. SimBridge is dead to me. Look at that. All right, we're going to go Bravo to 14 left. We're going to make the 180 right here. 260 likes. You guys are awesome. Okay, everybody, shh, 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 shh. Flaps 3, here we go. Okay, my favorite part is literally when the spool up and then that when it stops, like, ear. So freaking good.
754, taxi via
All right, we are flaps 3, brakes released. Let's go.
runway 14 right.
Bogota traffic, Malaysia 357, super taxi at 14 left, Air Bravo.
You know where you're going with that big thing?
Oh yeah, I'm used to it.
Bogota traffic, Avianca 9758, we're just entering runway 14 left. Immediate departure, Osusu 4 Romeo, departure.
Trying to set up my tail cam. There's my taxi cam.
Hey Malaysia, remember to take off this time, okay?
Do a little differential thrust around the turn here. Look at this, Avianca is going to be right off the nose. Nice. There he goes. The Greek Badger, yeah, absolutely. Differential thrust is something we use in real life. I mean, it's not super prevalent in, say, like a narrow body Airbus, but I've definitely used it. Yeah, if you need to make a 180 on the spot, absolutely. You'd be surprised at how difficult it is to actually turn. Let's say you do this comes into play when you do a taxi back to the gate, so you're single engine taxiing, or taxiing out for that matter. If you're ever doing a single engine taxi, turning into the operating engine from a standstill is actually very difficult. So it makes quite the difference. I guess we're on Alpha, not Bravo, but no, we're on Bravo. Alpha's the next there. We'll go Bravo Alpha. All right, let's go ahead and do a takeoff config check. Did we not finish our perf? Oh, we need to set our trim to 32%. Wrong way.
Bogota traffic, Omni Express 404, pushback from cargo ramp, taxi to 12 right.
Really? That seems a
Juliet,
lot.
Kilo 1.
32, really? That seems way forward. That'll be out of the green band forward, Kayaz. I don't believe that. I don't believe that one bit. That is way off. I'm gonna set my trim right in the middle of the green band. How about that? 32.4. THS for takeoff. 32.8. That'll be outside of the green band. 32.8 would definitely be outside of the green band. Roberto's in the house. Roberto, what's going on, man? We're just talking about you. Yeah, we'll do a flight control check once we get straight out here on Alpha. So we will go, we'll take the second turn, November, I believe. Actually, let's go one. I don't know which taxiway is wider. I think they're both the same. We'll go this way. That way we just go in the dirt instead of take off the taxi light. Apparently to the FCOM, a full tiller lock turn is a max at 5 knots. That makes sense.
Hotel 1 and wait for departure.
That would make sense. Or else you would just snub that nose wheel, right?
Tráfico dorado, Laxon 96. Salida inmediata, pista 4 derecha.
Suffers a little bit from the same thing the iFly has with the oh, my tiller cam's not that taxi cam doesn't quite work, I guess. It suffers from that engine spool speed being too quick. 40% N1 limit, that's pretty standard. We've had that for years on the 320. Caitlin, they have 380 throttles at Throttletek. They sure do. They have a 380 Quadrant. All right, let's see. I'll insert instant fuel to be safe. Let's see. How is our distribution right now? Distribution looks fine. Let me do a... Oh, I can't right now, though, Chaos, because the engines are off, right? Uh-oh. We got a critical error, Chaos. Alright, instant fuel has been accomplished. Such a beast. Pascal says, fun flight, you can make a ferry flight with one engine in op. It has an interesting takeoff procedure. Ew, wow. Alright. We are set 380. Takeoff config does not appear to be working. Turn the seatbelts on? That would help, maybe. Flight controls, full right. Kyle, weird. I used it yesterday and it worked out just fine. Now it says takeoff for this is 38.7. No, I mean we're right in the middle. Should be good. We'll be fine. We will survive. It's an Airbus, right? Bogota traffic, Malaysia 357 Super. Gonna line up runway 14 left, Bogota. Alright, this is not load bearing here, and I can't make that reverse, so we gotta take Alpha 2.
Plymouth 676 Super, departing 14 left on the vessel for uniform departure.
There's another Super departing. Uh-oh. Oh, see, I still didn't...
420 Lima will line up and wait on 14 right after the...
I can't look around and taxi at the same time. It's too hard. I gotta just focus on taxiing. We will probably get a takeoff config warning. We'll line up here and we'll see. Make sure there's nothing else that I messed up. But I think it might just be a bugged out right now. All right, we are approaching runway 14 left. I'll put you into normal flight plan mode. Constraints are on. Don't need our LS push buttons. Vertical velocity is off, is fine. Let's get the rest of the lights on. Yeah, Gabriel, I downloaded Pluna. I almost used it. Almost used that Pluna livery. Flaps are config 3. You can see them on the PFD right there. They are config 3. We have 1-4 right in the box. We're gonna have to reset for 1-4 left. Our runways do not match. All right, let's hold here for just a second. Let's fix our box real quick. Okay, back to our flight plan page. 1-4 left. Remember, ATC gave us 1-4 right, but we're changing it because they signed off. So 1-4 left. We're still on the Vassal. Wish we could just change the runway. Vassal 4 to Vassal. Insert, insert. Now we need to check our speeds. We'll clear that. Perf speeds. 120, 127, 137. Flaps 3. Packs on, anti-ice off. Takeoff shift no. 1-4 left. That looks good. Alright. Sometimes I'm just trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. Why it's not giving us our takeoff memo. Everything's been filled out. Zero fuel weight 31.1, 32.4. Oh, I think we're going to get a takeoff config warning, but everything is right. So, it's time to do it. Brakes released. Still not getting a TO all green. Alright, so the crew briefing as follows. We already on RTO.
We are all counting on you.
We will be taking off with a no takeoff config warning on departure. You confirm? I
Got a
confirm.
learner's permit for that one?
Let's go. Bogota traffic, Malaysia 357, super departing runway 14 left, Bogota. Alright, here we go. Let's get those yogas in chat. Spool them up 50.
Otherwise, he'll cross in front of me.
A yoga. Pitch trim disagree. Clear the caution. That's been acknowledged. Thrust set. 100 knots. Check. V1. Rotate. Oh, I love this. So
France 42.
positive. Red, gear up, fly with. Look at the dancing. Look at the dancing ailerons. Oh my gosh. I mean, that is pretty cool. All right, let's go ahead and lower the nose. Lever climb, thrust reduction. Thrust climb. Thrust climb, climb, nav. F speed, flaps 1. Speed checks. Flaps 1. Roberto, that's the plan. The Cyrus. That is the plan, Roberto. Okay, we actually got to pay attention. There's a lot of mountains. I would love to listen to those flaps. But let's just actually fly this SID here. We need to be 250 above 8,900 feet because we are flying directly towards a mountain, I believe. It's a max of 205 knots. Does the 380 have flap retraction? Auto flap retraction like the 320. I'm going to maintain our slats out right now for this turn because this is a very steep turn coming up here. Gears up, we can go ahead and disarm the spoilers. Outside air temp is still above freezing, so we're good on the rain.
Radio check. ¿Me copia?
Uh-oh. Team Falcon, you got to do 225 with the slats out. Yeah, I'm leaving the I'm leaving the
On your right, boss.
I'm leaving the slats out for this. What's our min clean? Right now, min clean is 204, and we got to be at 205. So I really don't want to be at the min clean speed here on this turn. So we're just going to maintain flap configuration as is. Speed all constrained star.
Bogota traffic. I'm going to express 404 line up. Runway 14 right.
Let's go ahead and pull for open climb. Thrust climb, open climb. No need to be a level here. No more ATCs. We'll go all the way up. Watch that pitch. We know we are still got our flaps out. As soon as we make this turn, we'll go ahead and retract. Now I'd love to do a bank angle check from the right, but there's really nothing to see. I'll start the turn, look at the aileron dance. Now let's actually fly this here. Fly the flight directors in the turn. This is epic. I love it. Hotel with wings, baby. There's 18,000 set standard. Standard set out of 18,000. Check. I'm going to get ready to roll the speed up to 250. Once we get out, because I believe, is it 210 for the flaps? It's 21 or 25 for the flaps. Oh, dang it, it went away from me. All right, we're more than halfway from the turn. I'm going to go ahead and start rolling out that bank. Let's go ahead and retract them. Slats at 0. Roll out some of that bank angle. Love that. Yeah, you see that? That's why I did not want to do that when we were in a steep bank. You see that min clean come all the way up to bite you? All right, let's go ahead and spin her all the way up to... We'll get it going in the right direction, 250 here. We'll see where this constraint is. Let's go back to the climb page. 250, 250. We must have had a speed restriction here on the flight plan. Yeah, right here. Can I delete that? I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's just go SOA. We'll do it this way. Direct to... Oh, wait, what? I don't like that. Go back, go back, go back. So, P-pause direct, insert. Let's go. That'll also clear out that speed constraint. So we'll go manage speed now. Cost index, climb out speed. At a 24.4, hand flying her all the way up. Looking beautiful. I didn't blow through the 16 restriction. We stayed low for a little while. After I got through past that waypoint, we just climbed up. Oh, there is another 16 over here. 16 and 12 at SOA. That's all right. That's what that speed constraint is. I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and offset from that fix just in case that's for an arrival. Let's go to direct to 426. Just in case that is got a, like maybe there's an arrival coming in around that same waypoint. Since we're already blew through that restriction, let's go ahead and offset. I might put more reactivity on that roll, Vodka, but it still seems pretty good. Oh, look, there's somebody down there climbing out. All right, let me turn down the sim sounds. Whoops. Turn it down here a little bit. Turn it down for you guys. All right, what an epic departure.
I'm going to express for
Let's clean up the rest of the airplane.
Eastbound, that'd be for you, 10,000. Focus on traffic.
No mobile, seatbelt sign could go auto. Yeah, it's working great for me. I think I might get rid of the curves. I think you're right. I think I might just get rid of the curves. It just seems it's so responsive on that roll still, but still pretty good. I still like the feeling with that profile, the Moza. All right. Thank you all for the back to the chat now. Chaos, yeah, but I don't see an altitude restriction for the 380. I don't know if there's an altitude restriction for it. For the flaps, like on the 320. Alright, AP1 engaged. And since we changed the runways, we're going to have a disco between Vasil and Pulox. So what we can do is, let's cut everybody off. Let's just go direct Pulox now. Insert, we are direct Pulox. Excellent, all right. What throttle pack? Donald, this is the Throttletek V3 Flightbox V3. This is the full size. This is the 320 series. This is what I've had for almost 4 years now. It's been absolutely a stellar piece of kit. I'm running it on with the 380. The reason I don't want to go into the Bravo is because I like having the range of motion with the full Airbus Quadrant here. So all I've done is I've put engine 1 and 2 on number 1 and engine 3 and 4 on number 2. Throttletek does make a 380 Quadrant that you can pick up. I'm not sure if they have one with the accessory stuff such as the flaps and parking brake, etc. But Roberto's always around. He was just here in the chat. Shout out to Throttletek. Send him an email. Shoot him an email. See if y'all can work something out. They do all kinds of hardware stuff. I mean, they make we have the 75, 76 quad, which it's my favorite. As much as I love Airbus, and I love Airbus, you guys know it, but man, the 75, 76 Quadrant that we have, it's my favorite. And I'm actually working on a profile and a full release video how to bind it. I've been using SPAD for the PMDG just because PMDG's bindings, they're not really awesome for the native bindings in Microsoft. You got to use a little bit of SPAD to get stuff to work fully, but it's great. Cannot wait, absolutely cannot wait for the Black Bluebird 7576 with that Quadrant. It's going to be absolutely game-changing. Absolutely game-changing having a 75, 76 and a proper Quadrant. We're going to fly that thing all day. BKG college football is a joke. Didn't expect the Longhorns to lose. I didn't expect them to lose either. Actually, I kind of did. I kind of did expect that. That's all right. We're still going to go to the playoffs. Man, I just had Alt F4 after 4 hours over the other plane. Just started banking. Lost all controls. My doors opened, and GSX was saying confirmed good engine start. Rastique. Oh, no. I'm sorry to hear that, man. GSX strikes again, huh? Well, if it wasn't for Key 6, I wouldn't be running GSX. But if GSX ever does that to me, I'm going to Alt F4 GSX. I'll send a Christmas card or something back to Key 6. All right, TO is off, disarmed. Everything is looking good here. We didn't even have... So the only takeoff config issue was the trim. But I think it's fine. I mean, I think it's fine. I don't know why we were getting that. 32.6. It just, that takeoff 30 something would have been outside of the limit, right? We're approaching 380. Let's see what our optimum is. Let's go to perf cruise. Optimum 400, max 42.5. Let's keep it climbing to 40. Let's keep an open climb. Thrust climb, open climb, 400. Up we go. After he quits the sim, all Def 4 is dead to me. Man, I'm really hoping that 2024 will have better ortho in South America. Some of my favorite places to fly here is South America, Guatemala, Mexico. Mexico ortho is not terrible, but really honestly, really just Colombia is some of the worst, which is a shame because Colombia's got some fantastic flying. Get down south towards Lima, Peru as well. But you get this kind of like the sloppy type of ortho with the clouds baked in. Now, I think there is a mesh, right? Isn't there some like mesh you could buy? Love it. We'll finish the climb here. Mach Alt Star. We're not going to go at 80 Mach. Those are rookie numbers. We'll go cost index 999. Insert that. I don't believe that's changing. Let's go Mach 0.85. That's managed. Now that we're at cruise. So we're going to change that though. We're going to go... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I can't move my view. I can't move my view. I had clicked. Uh-oh. Oh, press enter. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Almost Alt F4 there, Chaos. Let's not mess around. Let's go back to FM. This is why I don't like... I can't get back to my flight plan. Oh, there we go. I don't like this. Not fly-by-wire's iteration. I just don't like screens in flight sim. I hate them. They're dumb. Give me round gauges. Give me round gauge all day, every day. Emulating glass on glass is just so lame. G1000, G4000, G5000. So dumb. Whew, Victor Silva, we're breathing, baby. We're breathing. That was close. We will change that so when you look away, it will stop the capture. Ah, that would be good, Chaos. Here's what I'm saying, though. It's not even the fly-by-wire file. It's not anybody who's replicating it. It's just, that's why I don't like... Part of the reasons why I don't like glass in flight sim. I think glass cockpits on a flight sim are just so mid because you're playing on a computer. How many more computers do you want? A380 with a 737 classic cockpit. Now that would be pretty sweet looking, Bill's Mafia. I'll be honest with you, that'd be pretty sweet. Screens in Microsoft are hard to get right. Yeah, they are. And the thing is too, like, take example of the G1000. The G1000 can do so much. There's so many functions with the G1000 that actually make it awesome. And rarely ever do you see a G1000 fully modeled on the sim. You know, we had some really, really good representations in X-Wing. The TBM was one of them. Really well done. Now, the GTN XI is actually pretty cool because it's a real training software from Garmin. So that one's okay, but still, I like the old school stuff, man. It's just much more appealing. MFD will get more features. Oh boy. Bring back the flight engineer. I'm with you. I'm with you, Nathan. I'm with you. All right, we're level 400. Seatbelt signs are off. We're doing 8.5 Mach. How's our fuel flow up here? Doing 14.5. Let's bring the fuel page up. Or let's just bring the regular cruise page up. That's what I want. There we go. Fuel flow 2,800 kilos aside. Good night. We're burning that in pounds on the Neo. Everything looks good. Everything looks good for now. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the flight. Hear those engines really growling out there. I don't understand your thoughts there because you fly the Fenix and it has a lot of glass. No, I mean, well, here's the thing, Jeremy. I would still rather, in SimWorld, I'm meant to have fun. Round gauges are so much more fun in SimWorld. If I had my own airplane, give me a G1000 for sure. But the Fenix is also, if you think compared, there's not that much glass in a 320 compared to a 380. I mean, the 380 is just all screen, right? Or even the what's that? Not the Challenger? Is it the Challenger? What corporate jet do we have? It's literally just screens everywhere. That there might be 10 switches in the whole cockpit. Do the systems of the 380 eclipse the 320? They're I don't know. I'd have to know more about it. It seems like there's just more of everything. You know, you got more batteries, more hydraulics. You got 4 engines, right? So that's all doubled. Everything that's engine driven is doubled pretty much. But like the McDo, the FMS, all being touchscreen, why? Why? I used the GTN 750 in a beach in a 99, and man, I hated that thing. I hated trying, like, when you get rocked. Now in a 380, you're probably not getting rocked as much. 2 pages for electrical, yeah, 1 for DC and 1 for AC. Yeah, there's a lot more. Yeah, Jeremy, I'm with you. The 350 cockpit is too much glass. I don't like the 350 cockpit. I think the 350 looks better on the outside than the 7.8, but I don't like that 350 cockpit, man. Just a bunch of iPads up there. My new car that I bought has touchscreens instead of gauges. Yeah, it takes a lot to get used to. And when something goes wrong, dude. So, like, so I guess, you know, I fish a lot, right? So on my boat, the whole electrical panel, if you will, battery, bilge pumps, lights, for decades, it's been all analog rocker switches or push button switches, right? Now all the new boats are coming out with the same thing. These panels, touchscreen. Well, guess what? Electronics and water don't mix. So when one thing goes wrong behind that panel, your entire electrical control is out. Your screen is done. You can't turn on your battery, can't turn on your nav lights, can't turn on your bilge pumps, can't turn on your live well, just because of one issue. Whereas if you were analog, you could just pull that switch out, change the switch real quick, and be good to go. So, oh, Aaron, they're not touchscreen, it's trackball. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Oh, yeah, that's right. I saw the little trackball thing on the in the cockpit. Now the Embraer had trackball too, which I not trackball. It had the little CCD thing where you move your fingers on this and it would move the cursor. And there were times you flew these things, not the trackball per se, but the ones that the Embraer has where it has the control pad. Especially if you flew after if you flew after a woman who had lotion on her hands or something, they were always like greasy and they would get kind of like jittery. Like you would try to, let's say I want to go up here and move to my flight plan, and the thing would do this. It would shoot back, and then you got to get up there and click it, and then it would work. But if your finger hit that one area that was all gummed up by lotion or grease or just nasty pilot things, the little cursor would start to wig out on you. Then you'd have to clean it. So, I mean, every flight, I cleaned the little CCD thing almost every flight when I was on the Embraer series, just because it's not, number one, it's gross, and number two, it just gets annoying. Now, most of the time they work okay, but there are, for sure, instances where that thing starts to glitch out on you. I wonder if the trackball is a little bit more, it's probably a little bit easier than having that little mouse pad, touchpad thing. I bet the trackball is a little bit easier to control because you're really just moving a mouse, aren't you? And it's harder to gum up, I guess. But yeah, the Embraers, I didn't like that. Or you try to go click the like bleed page, and you get the cursor there all the way there, then it like would shoot back, so you'd have to use your other finger. Yeah, Dougal, nasty pilot things. Tools in action. Good to see, man. Is the Moza flight stick better than the Warthog or HOTAS? What is the best 320 side stick? Thanks. So if you were going for a dedicated 320 side stick, then you're going to want to get a dedicated grip, and that's the FSprojects grip. Now for bases, yes, I run the Moza base. That's what I'm running right now, and the Moza base is phenomenal for replicating the control load on the 320 series. We have a profile in the Discord where you can download the exact profile that I use. It gets all the settings right to make it feel as close as you can to the real thing. without going with a force feedback, the best option in my opinion is going with that Warthog. With they call it the magnetic base. I don't know why they call it magnetic base, because I don't know if there's any magnets in there. I don't know. But the regular Thrustmaster base is what I used for a very long time. There's also a very popular option as the, was it the Verpal base? So I made a dedicated video on it years ago and why I chose the Thrustmaster Warthog base. But that was before I went into force feedback. Now, Tool says there's no force feedback in the 320, and that is correct. So if you're getting the Moza just for the 320, you're going to leave a lot of functions behind. You're only using 10% of the stick. You're only using it for control loading, which doesn't change. It feels the same on the ground as it does at 300 knots, the real airplane, and the profile for force feedback on the side stick. But if you want to fly other airplanes, and we've taken the Moza, we flew the helicopter, flew the Huey, flew the UH-1 Huey around. It's still working in progress. Moza is still actively working on making adjustments and updates to their software. I haven't checked to see if the pitch trim function is working yet. That's a big one, right? Being able to trim and the stick move as you're trimming, that's huge. It was not working at my initial build of the Moza base. I haven't tried it yet, and there's been a couple updates since then, so I'd have to try it. But here's the thing. The caveat to all this is if you get the Moza base, you're pretty much covered for everything. You can make it exactly fly and feel like an A320 series, A380 series, anything that is a control loading side stick in the Airbus. Any Airbus, you can make it feel exactly like that, or pretty much as close as you will ever get to it. You can then use it for other things. You can have force feedback in helicopters. If you fly DCS, Digital Combat Simulator, it works really good with the F-14 Tomcat, F-4 Phantom, the Huey. Being able to use trim and cyclic trim and not have any resistance at all, big deal. So if you go Moza, you're going to cover yourself for all the sims, pretty much. I think force feedback is going to be the way of the future. I think we're going to see more of it as time goes on. I'm really hoping we get a Moza yoke for force feedback because the way their software works right now, I really enjoy it. After using CLS to Sim and the Brunner, it's a headache. It works, but it's a headache. The way Moza has it displayed is much easier and nicer, but it's still in its infancy, right? They just released this product. They're just getting it working with Microsoft Flight Sim. We got a new sim on the horizon, so it's still active in development, but I think it's going to be the way to go in the future. So that's kind of my spiel on force feedback. But yes, as Vodka said, there is no force feedback in the A320. Atul says, can we turn off force feedback? Yeah, so essentially, Atul, what I've done is you just have it so there's no force feedback. There's a slider. I think I even have it here. Where is it? Can I show you guys? I thought I had this up here. Let me add you something here. Okay, so this is the Moza software right here. So you have different presets and everything, the way the force feedback works with the simulator, all these other features that you can use. Now see, look, I've got everything turned off here, right? Because we're in an A320. We don't need any effects. We don't need any rumble. We don't need any of that. You can also set custom curves and profiles. This one that I'm rocking for the 380 is a different one that I use for the 320 just because I'm messing with it. You can see here I've changed the curve. Actually, really, Team Vodka he's our resident expert in changing force profile. So you can see that the forces are actually different, and this is true in the real 320. They're different on the y-axis than they are on the x-axis, and that's what we're replicating here through the software. And this is all real-time adjustments. So if I were to adjust these, I would feel the change immediately in the side stick. So you can really customize how the side stick feels. This is a huge step up from CLS to Sim, where you got to save, reset, like reloads. It can bug out on you. Now, I've had bugs with this too. It's not perfect. I'm not saying this is perfect. Like I said, it's still in the beginning. It's still in its infancy. But Yeah, and you can have the grip. So Moza also has their grip that you have. We have the MH16 base. I'm not using that right now, but this is what we used on the Huey, which was fantastic. And it looks like in the future they got some more stuff coming. But this is where I think the future truly is, guys. I really do believe this is the future. I think it's going to be force feedback. And if you haven't experienced it, the first time you do, you're going to be blown away. And you're going to be like, how can I go? I won't be able to go back. You know, the first time that I got to feel a stick shaker with the Brunner yoke flying the Lear, it's like, can't go back. It's too real. Starting up the King Air, getting the vibrations of the engines, feeling the vibrations out of sync through the yoke as you're powering up and the propellers are coming out of feather, phenomenal. Trimming the aircraft and trimming the control pressures off of the yoke, next level. So, little spiel there. Tools in Action says, thank you, my friend. I have the Warthog now. I think I'll go Moza through force feedback. Seems realistic. Yeah, Tools in Action. I'll tell you what, you can't go wrong with it, and especially as it continues to advance, and I'm really excited to see what's going to happen in 24. Hopefully there'll be more functionality and more native talking to the simulator. So I think it's the way to go, man. Yeah, we're going to do more helicopter ops when 24 comes out. Absolutely. We got to do some more Huey ops for sure. More GA in general, man. Someone put out a Hawaiian 380 livery? No way. Let me look. I bet that looks pretty good. A Hawaiian A380? Let's do LA to Hawaii. I mean it. There's a wait. The image I saw was a real airplane. It was generated though. I don't see it. You lying to me? I don't see it yet. There's a Pan Am. Oh wait, why is it loading me on page 2? Never mind. Oh, look at this. You aren't lying. French Horizon. Okay, Korean Air is pretty sick. We're going to have to do the Korean Air one. I like that Korean Air 380. Pan Am. You know what? As plain as it is, the Pan Am is not that bad. It's just a billboard, and what a perfect billboard of an airplane, an A380. Panama's controls online, 33-0. Oh, fantastic. I tell you what, that Pan Am livery is not bad. Let me see this Hawaiian. The Hawaiian one's okay. It's not bad. I'd like to see. It looks a little flat though. Maybe it's just the screenshots he took. It looks pretty good. I mean, he's got this. The Hawaiian looks pretty good. I wish the Hawaiian was bigger though. The text was bigger. But I get it. It's between the windows. That doesn't look terrible either, honestly. Doesn't look terrible. All right, what do we got? We got some clouds up here. Beautiful. Let's go Panama control. 33-0. Panama control. Are we in the airspace yet? Let's see. Fearless. Oh, yeah, Fearless. You're getting me, man. We'll do Fearless soon. Oh, we're not quite there yet. Oh, we got a conga line. We got 380 conga line. No, we got an A320. A380. 777. That's Gustavo in the 777. We got another, that's me. We've got another 777 behind us. Little mini conga line going to MROC. Fantastic. I really want to get that Fearless. going on X-Plane. Really want to get the Felix. Christy's here. Christian Adrian Ianscu. What's going on, man? How you been? So, Chaos, I think SimBridge is dead to me for sure, man. We haven't had any issues. Not watched the sim crash, but it's official. SimBridge.
Panama Control,
is dead to me.
Buenos Dias, America 720, flight level 330.
That was the most American Buenos Dias I've ever heard in my life. Buenos Dias. It's American. Probably lives in Fort Worth.
0216 for American 720.
Isn't it Bon Dia? Don't they say Bon Dia down here? Or is that just Cancun?
0217, American 720.
Ooh, Christy's going to Boston. Boston, LA. Kyle's doing Boston, LA. Yeah, I can't imagine doing a 15-hour flight with SimBridge. I think my computer would have melted. Bom dias, Portuguese. Really, guys? They say that a lot going down into, going into Cancun. What's that center coming across the water? Merida? Merida, they say that a lot. Imagine an A381. I mean, imagine the thing stretched. A 1000 would look pretty wild. Aaron, I think you're right. I think it's the AMD processor conflicting with SimBridge. Tony Johns, you lived in Merida for a while? Nice, man. That's typically our alternate when you're going down to Cancun. Merida's just off the other side there. I have a funny story of falling asleep on a bus and ending up in Merida in the morning. Uh-oh. Water's here. Man, water. Almost got a 1 point water, and you almost got the Thrustmaster F-18 grip. 1 point. Yeah, it does look like a baby bus 380. A 380 Neo. You know what they need is they need a 7.5 Neo. That's what Boeing should have focused on. 757 Neo would have been the way to go, man. Spoozy's asking if I stop SimBridge mid-flight with my flight crash, I may or may not be 6 hours into a flight right now. I don't know about that one. I don't know if it would crash. If you can start it while you're in the sim, I don't know why you couldn't shut it down. But proceed with caution. .737 Max 10, 7.5 Max would have been great. Yeah, get rid of the Max 10, go 7.5 Max. Absolutely. A 380 with turboprops. That's called the C-130. Have I seen the prototype split Simtar? No, that's weird. A split Simtar? That would have looked really weird with this thing. If you want to go super safe, just disable terrain first. How do you disable terrain without disabling? You mean just in the airplane? Wrecker, sweet man. So SimBridge, hey Fred, SimBridge right now basically is going to be terrain features for you. You know how we have the vertical terrain profiling, which, you know what if you just do SimBridge on your descent? You know, run a whole flight until you're in terrain. Like, we don't really need terrain. It's Gustavo trying to speak French.
5 minutes out of your airspace.
Ooh, he's contacting 5 prior. That's actually on the chart. Flew the 380 for the first time last night. I felt like was really sensitive to my inputs on approach. So I did cards and games. I added a 50% reactivity in pitch and a 70% reactivity in roll. I put 20% curves on there. I'm going to take those off for roll anyway. Justice for Gustavo. What airport? So what airport do you remember where we flew into where we had 3 hull losses? We had Gustavo hit the mountain. We had an MD-11 go out, and we had a 7.3 also go down. It was a tiny airport in Colombia, and I can't remember what it was. It's where they only take ATRs. We got to go back in there. We got to have another fly in there. That was such a fun airport to fly into. I mean, it literally is just big enough. If you are perfect, you can land the 727 there. It can do it. And you can take off. But you got to be perfect. I'd imagine a 7.5 wing and lift ratio, you could probably get off the ground with a pair of 175 motors. It'll be a long takeoff roll, dude. FlyByWire recommends 30% sensitivity and pitch and roll. Yeah, but that might be for the TCA sticks. We don't talk about those here, AA Ron. We don't talk about no TCA sticks here. You're better off with Water's Xbox controller. Trying to speak French. Listen, no caps. How do I say no caps in French? I feel personally attacked. And I took that like that, what's that meme? It was like, and I took that personally. It might have been La Nubia. I'd have to look back on the stream. It might have been La Nubia. I hope everybody's maintaining 8.6, 8.5 Mach. I think we're doing 8.5 Mach. Sans majuscules. La Nubia, okay. Let me check something here real quick. Scheduling check. I'll throw on a couple. Where's my Latin American playlist? Turn down the airplane just a little bit more. I do have a Latin American playlist down here somewhere. La Paso Bien. Oh, that's what this song's called? It's under the Latin playlist. MROC Tower is ready to receive. Wrecker, sweet. Alright, so we are planning... I'm going to just pull out Navigraph real quick so I can show y'all from this view, because I like this view. I tell you what, the 380 is growing on me, y'all. It's growing on me. What did Navy call it? It wasn't Navy Vision. We used to call it Riddle Vision. Boat Vision. Boat goggles. I'm starting to get flight sim goggles here with this 380. It's growing on me. All right, Navigraph. Beautiful. Import flight. Cyrus visual, baby. Well, we can do Cyrus, but we can do the... If we look at the charts here, hold on, look at this. The approaches for 2.5. So the Cyrus... Apabe and make the turn. I don't know if we can build that. So the RNAV takes you out further. Do we try the Cyrus... Or can we just, why don't we just fly the RNAV Victor 2.5? It's a visual procedure, it's just a little bit further out there. I do not think, I don't know if we could make that turn in the 380. We'll have the RNAV, can we have the RNAV 2.5 visual procedure loaded up? What is the weather anyway? We should actually check that. Right now, no SIG, broken at 2,000. Okay. Okay, you've got the loaded in the box. Here's what we do. We will do, it can't, so the fly-by-wire can't do RNAV, but this is a visual procedure. So we'll have it loaded, but we're going to do a hybrid approach here. We're going to hybrid approach because it cannot fully do the RNAV. We will have to have the Cyrus kind of in the back of our mind. So basically, the Cyrus is going to be inside of the RNAV path. The minimum altitude at Ipabe is at 4,000 feet, and if you cross-reference that, it's pretty much going to be OC 800, which is 6,300 further out. This is much further out, so really you'd be almost half that distance at 4,000 and a tight left turn all the way in. So you have the RNP Whiskey 25. RNP Whiskey, I think that's what I've, it's the same thing. This one's visual and one's not. This one has a minimum published, which will get you down to 3,300. So, off of Redux. Ooh, are we going to take it off of Redux? Maybe I should load this. I'll tell you what, let's load that one in case we get the Redux transition. I'll also pin that. Our star is the Quar off Isbella. That has us going to Turu, though. Let's give him a call. All right, we'll take a look at that here.
Center F420 Lima is reducing to Mach 82 due to turbulence.
Oh, come on. It's freaking turbulence. Unable. Slow down. Tools in action. Take it easy, man.
I'm sorry, say again, sir?
What Mach did you say for crash airframe 423?
Yes.
Put him on a heading.
420 is slowing down to Mach 82 due to moderate turbulence.
Put him on a heading. Get him out of the way.
82 airframe 423.
I'm at 82. What I can see here on my radar, that'll be for the next 10 minutes, no more than that.
He's trying to flex with his radar and X-plane.
Well, for spacing, so I'll call you when you can maintain your on.
Center, good afternoon. It's Malaysia 357 Super, flight level 400, smooth ride.
Malaysia 357 Super, maintain flight 400.
Maintain 400, Malaysia 357 Super.
And your radar contact.
All right, radar contact. Man, we got some high altitude clouds up here. What? Hold on. What altitude is that 777 at? Getting a lot of mileage out of that super call. Is it only the so is it only the the first check on you're supposed to say super, right? And then after that you don't have to? Or is that only heavy? I can't remember. I don't know. Anyone have issues inputting stuff like airport code when doing a turnaround after the first leg? I haven't attempted to do a turnaround yet. I don't know if anybody's doing turnarounds in the 380. I would suggest if you do a 15-hour long haul and you're going to turn around, restart your computer. That would be my suggestion. We'll try it, Roberto. We'll try to Cyrus this sucker in there. Am I going to try the Flight Factor triple? PMDG triples, goat, man. I don't know. We'll see. You have to add super for each call? An extra super? Yeah, I don't think center needs it, Gus. I think you might be right. Yeah, Steven, the Korean 380 livery looks really good. Turk says the flight factor still buggy. Direct 2 broke the VNav. Sounds about right. If I try, I mean, X-plane is loaded. X-plane is loaded and ready to go. And I tried so hard to get in that flight factor 7.6. And I bound it up, and I was just, man, it just looks so bad. So we might do X-plane Felis 747 too, 100. Yeah, the whiskey throttles SIA will be the best one. Bourbon 357 super. What if I just checked on it's Bourbon 357 super heavy? You know, the Tolless 330 is an option. It is an option. There are a few, Oscar. If you so if you take the time and dedication to making X-Plane look great, it can look decent. So Steven, 747 super chat. I would lose my mind if you actually do a Fila stream. I'm going to figure it out, man. I'm going to figure out how to fly that airplane again. I will. I think that was the best release we ever had on X-Plane. The Fila 7.4 is probably the best release we ever had. From the sounds, to the nostalgia, to the crew manager, to how it worked, to the dis. 20% N2. Best airplane on X-Plane, man. I'm going to fly the ANA Turtle livery into Honolulu. Oh, yeah. That's true. Well, see, for me, Infian, it's a 0, so... but I'm with you, man. $90. That's a price to pay. That's it. That you have every right to be upset. You have a right to be upset, but you have every right to be critical at that price point. I mean, it's like we talked about the 380.
Omni Express 404 flight level.
Yeah, there's things that aren't working yet. There's things that need improving. Well, first and foremost, it's an alpha, and secondly, it's a free alpha. It's free. It's literally a free airplane for you, so it's hard to be super critical of an airplane that's free, to be honest. The more the price goes up, the more justifiable extreme criticism is acceptable. They had to conjure up super to refer the 380's ATC class. What comes after heavy and super? Ultra? Super duper? 16 Pro Max. Sales center just logged off after someone in the 380 couldn't figure out how to hold due to only one gate being able to be occupied by a 380. Oh, wow. See, I think if you're going to, I think gate space, if VetSim wants to hold you, like, if they want to have a fit because of gate space, that's kind of iffy because there's no collision model, right? And how many times do people have different sceneries? You're already colliding on top of each other at the gate anyway. That's kind of weak. So I could get it. Like, if your airplane just does not fit on the runway, that's one thing. But you're not going to let a guy land because he can't go to the one gate because it's occupied. Let him land and let him go to a hold pad. Let him go to a cargo ramp, or let him log off, like let him land and then disconnect if he wants to, and then go to the gate. Ish, we'll see, man. We'll see about the 350. I am excited about the 350. I learned that the flap sounds are very similar in the 350 to the 380, and that gets me excited. What do you do when you encounter a bad check airman, or they bully? Or a bully in that case? It's gonna happen, man. You just gotta roll with it. You just gotta make sure you're on your A game. At the end of the day, if you do everything right, it shouldn't matter if the check airman is not the best. But yeah, there's a phrase: cooperate and graduate, and that couldn't be more true in that particular instance. But there's a lot of times in your aviation career where you just need to cooperate, graduate. Shut your mouth, cooperate, graduate, move on. Has anyone tested ROPS? I have not. I've seen it. It's popped up, though. It's, runway, on runway, approaching runway. Now, the brake to vacate we've messed with, and that's been awesome. We had a perfect brake to vacate yesterday going into SKBO. That was a lot of fun. Should release the best flap sound CD compilation. Yeah, Steven. Dude, I couldn't believe how many. We should just log into Dubai. How is Dubai doing today? Just for visuals. If you look at the ATC maps, it looks like there's some event going on, but it's not. It's just people in 380s crossing the oceans. I mean, 380, 380, 380, 380, 380. It's crazy. A couple 777s in there. I mean, there's probably more 380s on VATSIM than... Well, actually, that's guaranteed. There's more 380s on VATSIM than ever built.
Martin 273, leaving Mars to South Monitor Unicorn.
There are some events planned. Oh,
Over to you,
like across the pond right now?
20. Bye-bye.
Or something right now? There's something, I mean, there may be something going on because there is a string of planes right in the middle of the Atlantic. All 380s. Oh, there's a 74. Who's this guy? Who's CLX? Is that Connie? 338, 38, 388, 388. We are actually kind of getting... Let's see how we're looking. Let's go to the... no, I don't want to do that. Let's scroll you down.
Panama Control.
1938 Z.
Requesting descent. 725 Super descent via Quadrant 3 in the arrival and monitor Unicom on 0.9.
Core 3. So let's look at the approach real quick here.
In the arrival and over to you.
We might change approach. Arnav via Colin. We have it via Colin. So... We loaded... What was the other one? The whiskey we wanted to load, right? So the whiskey... Let's put ride ducks in there. We'll just put our own in there. We'll put ride ducks in our flight plan. That might mess it up, I wonder. Insert next waypoint. I can't type it. No, I don't want to do that. I was wondering if I could type in my like a new waypoint. Vodka changed. He said, do the echo approach. What's the echo? RMPE through the mountains? Ooh. Okay, let's put a poll in chat. RNP through the mountains? That doesn't look like it's... I mean, I don't know. It looks like it's kind of cool. Or the slightly impossible Cyrus visual hybrid RNP. So we've got that one, or we can do this one with a tight turn. RNP Echo, done it in real life. It's fun. I don't think I've ever done the RNP Echo from Akopu. Question is, will it fit into Skardu? Oh. I don't know if it would fit into Skardu. Well, I mean, it's got a hell of a wing on it. It would all depend on weight, I think, Jeff. I think if we were light enough, we'd be able to get in there just fine. It's all about that turn on final. You know, that 180 turn in the box canyon. I just don't know. It would depend on weight. We'd have to be slow enough to make that radius turn. It'd probably be easier than the MD-11, honestly. I think the MD-11 was the hardest one to get in there. The 777 was good. I was just thought I could have, if I would have had a practice approach with the 777, I would have done better. But the 777 was all right. I should have been a little bit slower. I should have had gear down flaps 25 or whatever it is. I'm waiting for the guy to make a Pakistan 380 just full of grime and dirt. Then we'll go to Skardu again. The thing is, the Steven's right though. The wingspan might be an issue in that turn as well. That definitely might be an issue. Manizales SKMZ, where's that one? I know we flew in there. Expect the Quare 4. Got you. Quare 4 runway 25 is active. Beautiful. If you want to put the who's that? The Air France. If you want to put the Air France in a hold somewhere, so we can all go in front of them, nobody would get upset either. Just throwing that out there. What's his guy? Yeah, that Air France guy and the 777. Yeah. If he's holding up the line, you just throw him in a hold. Kuari, okay. A380 into Ponce. That would be fun. That would be fun. Okay, yeah. Just had a minor heart attack. Yeah, I thought I had a message from like my phone saying that my airplane had landed. I'm like, what? But it's just because I hadn't refreshed. It hadn't pulled it off my schedule yet. Well, since I do not control Costa Rica, IFR ain't an issue for me. But if you want him to hold, tell him to hold at Quare 14. No, it's all good. It's all good, man. Kuari. I wonder, 65% on the vote. It looks like we're gonna have to start setting up for that one. Unless there's a big change here. Let me do one. Let me do a check of the other situation here, and then we will set up for the approach. All right, I have to take care of that thing right there. We're good to go. Don't let chat fly your plane. Hey, that's a good point. All right, ending poll. Looks like we are doing the RNAV 25 a whiskey. Let's go ahead and change that up. MROC approach RNAV 25 a whiskey via Redux. And the star is still the Query 4 from Isabella. It is Redux, right? Insert that. Let's go to the plan mode. Let's take a look here. We'll step through this. Oh, RNAV Echo. I'll load the wrong one. Oh, great. I did. Hopefully we don't... Okopu, that's the one. Hopefully we don't crash the airplane here.
Panama Control, Delta 1759, 10 miles north of Arnall.
Right, we're going to step through. That all looks good. Let's zoom in the range just a little bit more.
Delta 1759, standby.
Tobic's giving me an orange altitude. It says I want to be below Tobic at 15. Should be alright. There's the turn. That all looks good. All right, let's go ahead and look at our approach speeds. We'll go perf, descent, 84276 indicated, that's fine. Approach phase.
ILS, Yankee runway 23 right.
Current weather, METAR is 250
When ready,
at
just
9.
send me the OSUP 1 Bravo arrival and we'll
250 at
plan
9
ILS,
knots.
Yankee 3
Temperature
right,
is 25, 75 degrees. Beautiful day. Altimeter, standard day, 2992. 2992. The barrel mins for the approach. For the Echo, we're going to be Cat C or D today. Let's just take the conservative 3368. The Ref 139, so we could be Cat C, right? But we'll be conservative since we're a 380. Let's go 3368 on the mins. 3368 flaps full. VAP is 148. We got to go around. Min clean 204. I like it. Back to the cruise page. We'll put you on descent. I'll leave it right there, I guess. Then we'll bring this back to flight plan. Ready to go. We will do. I don't think brake to vacate will work, right? Let's see. We'll go plan mode. Zoom it in. Oh, I don't think it's in the database. Right? Airport swap. Oh no, here we go. I just had to click the arrows. Display MROC. Two 5. We can only exit, I believe, at Alpha. I don't need to use brake to vacate every time, though. I know, but it's fun. You're about to land, fly to live? Awesome, dude. We'll take it easy, bud. Let me see. I will show you guys. I know Chaos wants to see the Navigraph real quick. Let's go taxi 10-9. I don't... Yeah, we cannot take Juliet. We got to get off at Alpha. And here's the thing. As long as the 380's parked down here, I think you could park 1, 2, or 3 across that way. But if anybody parks here, you can't get anybody past it. So if the terminal area is full, we will have to go to the remote ramp and park at the remote ramp via Foxtrot entry there. So for us, we must exit, make our own 380 taxi routes. Alpha, Foxtrot is option 2. And if we can't...
Centro del República 7321, si es posible continuar para 370.
If we can... Give me my pen back. If we can, we can continue via Alpha. But we got to park this way. You got to go 1, 2, 3. Because you can't get anybody past each other. So those are our options. We will X out so we don't get confused. We cannot take Gulf. And we cannot take Juliet. Alright, and then we will also... We'll put an amber line here to remind us. We'll have to look down there, make sure we can taxi. If there's traffic down there, we got to make the left into Fox. So that's our 380 taxi diagram. That is what we are capable of doing. So we got to go all the way to the end. Alpha 13 is the only one in theory. Let's see. Let's go to gate ops. Where's you said Alpha? Oh yeah, 13 here at the very end. I thought but I loaded in. So I loaded in, and visually, I could fit over here. I could fit over here on these gates fine, but you had to be spaced out. I don't think you could stack them all next to each other. The problem is, if there's anybody parked here, your wings are gonna hit them. Alpha 13 is definitely an option, though. All right. Done. So let's see if it will allow us to select Alpha. I don't think I will. I don't think I will. Brake to vacate FMS runway, disagree. Oh, that's cool. So 25. I don't know why it doesn't let it. Maybe it won't let us select Alpha KS? I have the scenery. Go for Alpha to Alpha. I will. It won't let me select Alpha. Why that? How did we fix that last time? It's like it struggles to let me select the... That's alright. With wet numbers, we'd be all the way to the end. Dry is Juliet, so... That's alright. We will go back to regular mode here. Let's go back to arc mode. Zoom our range back out. Plan mode, rather. Arc mode. We will do auto brake 2. Auto brake 2 is selected. And we are about 80 miles from top of descent. Oh, was there a contra down there? Look at that. Wow, that's a beautiful shot. Most likely we'll need people to disconnect to receive others if you're going for the gates. Gotcha. All right, yeah, so if you're at the gate, just the gates are full, just go to the hard stand or just DC. Team Vodka will be first. Well, the 777 is one that's going to screw everything up. Gus, you should go to the hard stand. No one wants Air France anyway. AJ is going to camp down at the remotes. All right, AJ, are you behind? You're behind us, right? I think AJ's bringing up the rear. Pretty standard. I left a croissant and baguette for you on the runway. Was it a chocolate croissant? If it's a chocolate croissant, I'll get it. Your brake max? What vodka? What's your landing weight? I'm curious. Our current weight is 397. A GPS clock down here. I was like, where's the clock? Kaz, why don't we have two ISISes modeled? It does seem a little redundant to have 1 and 2. There's one AC, one DC, or like, what's the deal with that? Why do they have 2 of them right next to each other? Which brake setting are the dry and wet lines? Those aren't representative to brake setting. Oh, actually, you know what? I see what you're saying. At which deceleration are those displayed at? I don't know. That's a good question. Chaos, do you know? So when you see the wet line and the dry line, what deceleration rate is that calculated at? Vodka will be 365 at landing. Yeah, we're going to be... I don't know if we're going to be at 365 at landing. Yeah, we should be... We're 24 on the fuel right now.
Hello, Panama Center, Cam 51 Heavy, flight level 350. Cam 51 Heavy, reduce level correction.
Oh, wow. A380 ISIS is more complex. They can replace the ND as well, so you usually have to show the PFD view and the other one on the ND. Wow. Wow, very cool. Croissant 254 Quebec Magnifique. On les ILS, they runway 14 left.
0276 for Cam 51.
Just about there, Chad. We are almost there. I love that contra, the 4 cons.
676 when ready to send via Quadrant 3, correction 44 India arrival.
Didn't we fly the King Air out here somewhere? We landed at a little island over there, I think. Almost there. Just north of Panama City. No PK, they cannot. So far, frames have been great, Chaos. Sim brief. It's dead. Dead to me. Whoa, Adam Chino, I just saw that. That's pretty sweet, man.
When ready to send via Quad for India, right?
That's pretty sweet.
Airbus 14.
Take the croissant out of your
when
mouth
ready to
before
descend
you
with respect
transmit.
to Flight level 140.
And the
Sim bridge, not sim brief. What? Oh yeah, sim bridge. Sim bridge. Like you say, sim brief. Adam Chino, that thing looks awesome, man. That thing looks awesome.
2991, confirm.
2992, Air Transport 20 lane.
2992, thank you.
English, fifth language
Late
for
357
Slustavo.
Super when ready to send via 4 India arrival. Go close to 2992.
Alright, one ready to send via the core for India arrival for Malaysia 357 Super.
Black 696, cuando listo descienda vía la tirada 44 India.
What?
Filtro el coco 99.
Cuando listo descendemos la 44 India.
Quarry 4 India. These guys are good. Alright, so we're on the Quarry 43 India. So I'm assuming we'll set 10. That's for the other. What's the that doesn't make sense though. It doesn't tell us what runway transition. Okpu is at 12. We'll set 12. A Coco Poo Poo is at 12,000. So we'll set 12 for a Coco Poo Poo here. Because we don't want to set 10 because we're not going that direction. Right? At Turo, we got to go here, a Coco Poo Poo. Because that'll lead us right into the RNAV Echo. Right there. Mandatory 12,000. So, and it is linked. We saw it on the chart. So it is linked up properly. So 12 is set. 40 miles TOD. Almost there. Ooh, a little left side engine view. 4K, Fritz. I'm using the 4K, man. Fritz, if you're struggling with frames as a testing purpose, turn your sim bridge off. See if that saves you performance. My frames have been so good on this flight, I might go 8K with sim bridge off.
51, confirm your squawking 0275.
If there's only some sort of notation, left runway 25. Exactly, AJ. The thing at MROC is arrivals 3 are for runway 7, same as departures 4 arrivals, 4 departures for 25. That's confusing. I remember the first time I ever flew to San Jose, Costa Rica, we were on the ILS 7. And this was before we were familiar with the Cirrus visual shenanigans. Literally on approach, like just prior to, what's that final? Was it prior to Cirrus? Like, all right, change approach. You're cleared via the Cirrus visual. Like, oh. Needless to say,
420 Lima.
we're all much wiser now. And it's all briefed and, well, now they got the RNAV down there, but back in the day, man, the first time I went down there was Wild West. I want to say I think we were on the VOR. Isn't there a VOR approach? I think we were on the VOR to 7 for some reason.
We are descending to flight level 140.
Sim bridge is in your installer for the fly-by-wire installer, and it helps run. I can't talk with this guy on the radio. It's in the install on your fly-by-wire installer, and it is basically giving you terrain data. So if you have terrain on your
radar
screen,
for
you have SimBridge running.
Air France 420 Lima. Thank you for the radar service. Have a great day, sir.
Puma 676. Radar services terminated. Minor Unicom at 2.8.
Looks like towers online 18.6.
Pluma 676 Super. Thanks for your service.
Pluna. I do like that livery, man. That Pluna livery looks nice. Just ready for TOD. What's some beautiful weather out here today? Look at this. Love the clouds. This is why we fly South America, baby. Love it.
Sam 51, Panama Control.
Slustava, more like Yapstavo.
Go ahead for Cam 51.
Sam 51, confirm your squawk.
Yeah, just swap the tower. Probably a good idea. It also allows for real-life printing in the 320 and company routes. Also, Lovel charts and PDFs. What are Lovel charts?
Thank you.
Remember to greet ATC with Per Vida? I don't know what that is.
1759, squawk 0132.
Oh, Pascal says BTV dryline is equivalent to break 3 and wet is equivalent to break 1. Ah. So if we use break 1, that'd be perfect because the wet line was pretty much right there at the end. Central America, same thing, guys. Come on. We did the Central, South America, Latin America tour. Not a geography guy. All right, here we go. So we don't overspeed the heck out of it. Let's go manage speed first. Manage speed is on. Sim sounds are coming up. And down we go. Thrust idle, descent. We're in radar contact, but I'm going to do it anyway because I want to say super and piss everybody off. Center Malaysia 357 super, vacating flight level 400.
Malaysia 357, British Turkish terminated, or Unicom 122 when I have movie day.
Over to Unicom 122.8. Thanks for the ATC, Malaysia 357. All right, on the descent, 22.8, and then towers 18.6. I'll go 22.8, and then I will prime up 118.6 is in the standby. So we are set. We're on the descent. We'll let this song finish, and then we are out. We are on the way down. We get some weird reflections when we switch views. It's the upper deck, I guess. I never did another cabin tour. This is quite the chrome door there. Get a serious disco ball situation. Let's go find a wing view over the middle of the wing here. I feel like half the cabin is over the wing. That looks pretty good. Zippy, we're back at the flying forehead. Yes, indeed. Did I have a problem with GSX? No. No problems with GSX other than jetways. I couldn't get a jetway to attach. I went with stairs. But I think boarding would take longer with a jetway. Ooh, let me get G's ready. G's is coming up. Flight recorder is coming up. Let's make sure everything is working here. Our G's window is on. Yep. All right. Whoa, rip ears.
Traffic.
Whoa, we got a TCAS. Someone right behind us. I guess we descended right right in front of that guy. All right. Here we go. What's going on? We have to swap what? Visibility reported by arriving aircraft. Advised runway only visible within 100 feet of the runway. What's the current METAR down there? Rain showers in the vicinity. We have to auto land now? Let's see our charts here. Approach 17 Zulu. Can we stay on the approach, and if we can't see it, go around for 7? Can we give it a shot, or is everyone coming from the other one? Oh, Vodka's in front of us. He's switching. I was gonna say we could shoot the approach, and if we don't see it, we just go around, go mist. I've got the gas for it. Let's see. A light thunderstorm in the area. Yeah, the radar looks pretty good now. For cinematic purposes, can I shoot it and then go mist? It might be a good training experience. Yeah, if we can do it for because if it's going to be Cat 1 only anyway on the other side, let's do. All right, we'll keep it as is, and then if we can't see it, we'll go mist, and then we'll take vectors back around. Because I actually I want to see that happen. I kind of want to go through mist approach process here if we need to. I'll start slowing up already. I'll go ahead and select manage or selected speed here, 280. What's the star? I don't want to run up the guy in front of us. Any speeds on this? 250 at a Kopo-Poo-Poo, so. We'll keep it at 280 here as we slow down. Let's get the seatbelt sign on. Gonna need that. No mobile devices. We'll turn those on for this approach, which you wouldn't really need to do that. Probably only do that on a Cat 3. Make sure to change your approach to Quarry 3 if you're doing 7. Yeah, Quarry 3 to 7. So 3 is going to take you out here, right? Runway 7. Quarry 4's stop at 2.5. You know the whole approach notations. It does look pretty thick, but I'm gonna rely on my experience in the flight deck, and I'm gonna say it's a passing thunderstorm, and we'll be just fine. Watch it be 0-0 all the way down. We've got no terrain on ND, no visibility, no RNP, and we're going to stuff this thing right into a mountain. This is where the accident change begins. Accident change begins. We're going to make a virtual green dot video on this approach right now. It wouldn't be Latin America with some spice. It wouldn't be Latin America without a little spice in our step today. Get the camera ready, Zippy. The first hole is passed through the Swiss cheese. Look at that rain column down there. Hey, Gus, do me a favor, man. Take some screenshots in that X-Plane 10. We'll compare screenshots on the after the stream. I bet Gus's screen is all gray right now, just flat gray, pencil lightning, and blurry textures. Tony Johnson's notifying pilot debrief. Better call Blanco Lirio. That's what they're called now, Chaos. Screenshots. Yeah, Gus, show us. I think I just heard thunder. Did you guys hear that? I just heard thunder. Let's get a little bit of speed break in here. Outside air temp is, I'm not used to looking way down here, plus 12. All right, let's go ahead. Local altimeter 29092 is set. Woohoo. What is this? A moderate turbulence going through there. Trying to catch up to that. Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, we got our initial descent down into Costa Rica. Against the controller's knowledge of the local area, we've decided to rely on our own experience here, and we're going to shoot an approach that we're not capable of shooting in the IMC without terrain on ND, and it's also quite bumpy here on the descent, so please keep those seatbelt fastened. It might be the last opportunity to do so of your life. Thank you. Thunderstruck. Yeah, we need Thunderstruck. Man, the whole YouTube, you know, striking your channel out when you play like a song like that. AC/DC in particular is real bad, dude. If you play like a 2-second clip of AC/DC, you guarantee you that video's gone. The first shorts video I did, AC/DC and there's another one. Who sings Welcome to the Jungle? You know what I'm talking about? Those two bands are like some of the worst with YouTube. Guns N' Roses, yeah. Yeah. If there is 1 second of Guns N' Roses played or 1 second of AC/DC, you guarantee you that video is gone and copy strike. Alright, we're level 16,280. Max at a Kopupu is 250. I'm going to scroll it in now, just a little bit early here, because I want to give the guys space up front. All right. We should all do a version of Thunderstruck on kazoos. Your Pluma 676. All right. Look at this. Hey, Gus, what's your sim look like right now? Gus, you watching the stream? What's your sim look like? This looks incredible. Gus is eating croissants. Did he get them from Costco? Dude, what happened to Costco's croissants? Costco used to have fantastic croissants. Oh, look, there's somebody right there. Who's right in front of us? They need to speed up. I'm going to slow down even more. Let's go 230. A little bit of speed brake action. We'll get our lights on here. And we don't need slats yet. I really want to turn them on. I really want to get the sounds though. But yeah, what happened to the croissants at Costco, man? They used to be perfect. They used to be so good, and now they're all burned. Everywhere I go, every Costco I've been to, they overcook the croissants. They're like too crunchy and flaky. It's gross. They used to be on cardboard wrapped in plastic wrap. Yes, A-Rod, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, buddy. You could see the oil like seeping through the cardboard. It was great. Now they're all overcooked. Same with the cheese danishes. Cheese danishes used to have way more of the little drizzle on there. Now it's barely any drizzle, a little cheese, and burnt around the edges. I don't know who's in front of me, but you gotta step on it. Maybe it's a good thing that I'm going to transition to the right. Yeah, exactly. All the gear, no idea. That's the problem. You eat one, you got to eat like 6 of them. The ciabatta bread, good. Yeah. Costco's got some good breads, man. before, it's funny, like, you know, before it was just me and the wife, or when we had one child, Costco lasted, you know, Costco run every month, maybe a month and a half. Now, dude, 3 kids. My son, who's a year and a half, dude eats more than both my girls combined. I'm built like a friggin' linebacker. Trying to teach him how to break down defenses this weekend. I'm going to watch the Cardinals and Bears play. All right. 12,000, a little bit high, a little bit of speed break here. You see that VLS coming up to bite us? Let's go ahead and go juice mode with slats. Let's go flaps position 1. Here we go. VA Beach Pilot, what time is the Cowboys game on Sunday? Can you remember what time is it? Is it a early game on Sunday? Look at this. All right, tower is online, 18.6. Let's give him a holla. We have information Bravo. Costa Rica Tower, good afternoon. Malaysia 357 Super 12-7 descending via the Quora 4. RNP 25 with information Bravo.
Malaysian 357 Super, Toga Tower, good afternoon to you, sir. Roger, continue with your descent. If possible, maintain 200 knots for now.
We'll reduce speed to 200 knots for Malaysian 357 Super. All right, 200 knots. That will be a flap. Duh. Costa Rica Tower, illegal approach to 25. All right, so the bottom for us is 12. We're going to maintain 12. There we go, flaps 2, best part of the sim. Here we go. Shh. Oh my gosh, it's so good. It's so good, Boris. Flap 2.
Fresh 420
We actually have an LDEF brick.
Maintaining 134 as final approach speed and passing over 801.
10,000,
Airframe
RNAV Echo.
420 Lima, Roger, continue with your descent. WestJet 9001, my apologies, sir. I'm going to have to ask you to go around due to separation with aircraft in front of you on final approach as well.
Okay, no problem going around. Just give me a heading.
WestJet 9001, Roger. In this case, climb to 10,000 first of all, and follow the established go-around procedure as the charts indicate.
Following the established, climbing 10,000 for WestJet 9001.
So we need technically...
Sorry.
We have... Nothing like the Canadian, making the Canadian go around.
You're a big boy.
WestJet 9001,
So
and
I'm
if you don't have
assuming-
to charge, the holding point for you is going to be 2 route. Tango, uniform,
We're cleared
Romeo,
approach, so
Romeo,
we're going to
uniform.
keep coming down here because we got to keep descending on this. 8,000 is set. We checked on with the RNP 25, so
Sorry about that.
he's busy right now, but I would ask him to make sure I confirm that we are still cleared approach because we are. If we aren't, we would have been way too high. We would have been screwed. Going down to 8,000. $1,000 to level off. Okay, we're gonna get the recording going.
And WestJet 9001, if you have the RNF whiskey set up on your FMC, it should take you for the go around to Turu automatically. Can you check on that?
Well,
And Costa Rica Tower, Malaysia 357 Super. Just want to confirm we are cleared for the approach for RNF 25.
Malaysian 357, affirm, sir. You're still cleared to continue with your approach for RNF Echo for the runway 25.
All right, cleared to continue RNF Echo 25 for Malaysia 357 Super. Okay. Just wanted to confirm because
And Air France 420 Lima, I
was
believe you're
busy
already
there when
passed
we
us
checked
for Charlie
on.
806, So wind 2509, QNH
5500.
992, you're clear to land runway 25.
Vertical speed 400, at or above 8,
Right
push to
now,
level off,
leaving
vertical
home
speed
because
0,
you are busy. Passing instructions, sir.
180 on the speed. I'm actually coming right back to 180 max, so let's go 170 here. Oh man, look at the rain. This is epic. This is so epic. Look at this. And this is with my sim turned down too. Flaps 3. Speed checks.
Laxa 696, copiado, voy a confirmar acá con el 777 Air France apenas aterrice y le...
Dude, that guy's got good Spanish. I thought he was an American.
Air France 420 Lima,
Dude,
after
literally
landing,
just
can you please provide me a
straight up
report on the visibility for the
Perfect
runway,
English.
Affirmative, report runway braking ability.
Oh, dang, we're going to be high. Pull it for open. Gear down. What's our final approach?
If you want,
We're going to activate the approach phase.
Romeo India Delta
138. Manage speed. We're trying to catch it. Flaps full. Here we go.
And WestJet 9001, roger. In that case, turn around
Well, it's like-
heading
I know they could do it,
251 if
obviously.
possible.
It's just that his accent
towards,
is, like when he's speaking
Oscar
English, you can barely
Charlie-
tell he's
Well,
got
sorry,
an
not
accent.
for us,
It's crazy.
Charlie 807. Can you try to enter Turu into your FMC in case you don't have it?
All right, we've got the replay to watch, so let's just focus on this. Can you do speed brakes and full flap in the 380 without getting a warning? Let's see. Nope, that looks like we're about to stall it. Speed brake stowed.
WestJet 9001, roger. Stand by, I'll call you right back.
Minimums
Pluma
are
676 Super, can you please
3368.
reduce speed to minimal?
Reducing the approach speed.
I'm going to set 34. We're in an open descent, but I'm monitoring this here. Oh, I don't want to do that. Dang it. 5,500 at or above the next fix. I think we're going to be okay. We'll see here. We've got the replay been going, so we'll be able to watch the whole replay.
Brake action good, Air France 420 Lima, heavy.
Oh, look at this.
Air France 420 Lima, heavy, roger. And what else?
2,500.
Can you tell me, did you
altimeter's
see the
live.
runway before landing?
So we're past that fix, so we're good to
4,200.
continue to our minimum. I've rounded up 3,300
Roger.
feet. Rounded down, rather.
Laxa 696,
Do a magic barrel ref
frequent
check.
depositor
2995 is the
reporta
latest. It shows us a tad high.
A la vista desde los 4,200 pies.
This is a wild approach here. Not much else we can do. We're fully configured, geared down. Auto brake is 2.
Pluma 676, roger. Wind
ground spoilers on.
2509, QNH 2992.
Landing checklist. Cabin crew advise auto thrust.
07.
It's not in
And
speed mode because we don't have
357, my
RMP.
apologies, sir.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to have to get you go around, please. So climb to 10,000, fly and hold at Turu, please.
Climb 10,000. Hold at Turu for Malaysia 357 Super. All right, up we go. So this is
And
a...
apologies for screwing up that approach for you, sir.
Not a problem at all. We're climbing 10,000 Turu and hold for Malaysia 357 Super. All right, 10,000. Let's do thrust climb, open climb. This is an intermediate go around here. So I'm going to cycle the box to Toga.
Pluma
Back to
676
climb.
Negative. Malaysian is going around. You're still clear
Thrust
to
climb,
land
climb,
runway
positive
07.
rate, gear up, go around flaps, flaps 3. Climbing 10,000. 10,000 blue, SRS, nav.
WestJet 9001, roger, go ahead.
Is the published Oscar Charlie 807?
That would be the holding point for runway 25 approach.
jeez.
If you were doing runway 07, the holding point would be Turu.
I don't know if we would have seen it. I don't know. We would have been real close. We're in it now. We're in it thick. All right, we're through acceleration altitude. I'm going to
Romeo,
increase speed. 180, manual, basically a manual acceleration here. Oh, why is the gear show down? No, landing gear not down. We're not going around. Settle yourself down there, 380. There's F speed. Flaps 1.
And Air France 420 Lima Heavy, Roger.
Maybe it doesn't have
sorry
soft
for not
go
calling you
around.
before, sir. Continue your taxi on Alpha and gate at your discretion.
Leveling 10,000. We're going to accelerate just above green
Gate at
dot.
your
We'll call it
discretion.
200.
Alpha, Air France 420.
S-speed, flap 0. It doesn't have soft go around. All right. That actually went okay, though. So now we're speed out star nav. After takeoff checklist, look at that. Disarmed. Everything looks good. Let me stop the recording and
WestJet
save it.
9001, affirmative,
Because
sir.
that'll look
Tango
epic.
Uniform Romeo.
So this
Romeo
is our
uniform,
first ever
and
A380 go
your
around.
holding altitude would be.
So that's like a
at
mid-altitude
8,000
go
feet of
around
traffic.
procedure. We didn't do the full-blown Toga hold it. That was kind of like a modified. I actually handled that pretty well. We've got the hold at 2 Ru. Jeez, what's the min holding speed with a freaking 380 at 10,000 feet? Who knows what the hold speed is? 200 knots. We need. Let's just do green dot plus 20. Give me 220 knots. And approach for Malaysia 357 Super, requesting 220 knots on the hold, please.
Malaysian 357, Roger, approved.
All right, 220 in the hold.
And Malaysian 357, just make sure that on the hold you maintain 10,000 as there's going to be 2 aircraft holding at 2 Ru just in case.
Affirm, level 10,000, maintain 10,000, Malaysia 357 Super. Where's 2 Ru? Hold up. Yeah, instead of, or tower rather, Malaysia 357 Super. Just confirm we are proceeding on the published miss to OC807 and holding. You want us to go present precision direct 2 Ru and hold there?
Malaysian 357, my apologies for that, sir. Affirmative. Actually, you're supposed to go to Oscar Charlie 807. So yes, you can continue your hold at Oscar Charlie 807, 10,000.
Okay, maintain 10,000, hold Oscar Charlie 807, Malaysia 357 Super. All right, so I think we both got confused because 2 Ru's going inbound on the ILS. So no harm, no foul. Dude's working hardcore. Look at this though. Is that the croissant head down there, Gus? Yeah, he wanted us at 2 Ru, but that's going the other way. So we're good. Everybody's fine.
Malaysia 357, Coca control or approaches now online. Contact them on 119.6.
19.6, we'll talk to you on the way back in. Malaysia 357 Super. See ya.
See ya.
All right, 19.6, we'll slop over. Approach, good afternoon, Malaysia 357 Super, level 10, 10,000, holding Oscar Charlie 807, 220 knots.
357, Roger, maintain 10,000 feet. Continue on limits approach procedure and hold that. Real hold part of the Papa Alpha Romeo Zulu.
I'm sorry, could you please repeat for Malaysia 357 Super?
Malaysia 357 Super, are you able to hold Parsa, Papa Alpha Romeo Zulu Alpha? Not 2 Ru, okay.
Yeah, we don't have that one loaded up. Is that on a different approach? I can, if it's on a different approach, I could load that up. I think he wants us on this one. It's on the Puxus. I think he wants us to hold at Puxus.
Correction. Approach WestJet 9001, heading for 2 Ru on a holding point.
West 9001, Roger, maintaining 10,000. Back to for the ILS, runway 27, turn left.
Traffic. Traffic.
TCAS, I have control. Traffic in sight. That looks scary.
Far away from your mic. Can you repeat?
Same altitude.
Malaysia 357, turn right immediately.
Oh,
280
Jesus.
knots.
Descend.
Right turn 280. We're complying with an RA from Malaysia 357 Super. Holy! It's got auto. It's got auto TCAS. It's got auto TCAS. Look at this. Look at this. Auto TCAS. Oh my gosh, we almost just died from frickin' Gus in the 777. Auto TCAS. And it complied. All right, let's go ahead. Vertical speed 0. Malaysia 357, we're clear of RA conflict. Do you want us to climb back 10,000?
Malaysia 357, actually maintain present heading back to the ILS 07, and I have a WestJet 737 coming as well.
Okay, present heading, climbing 10,000, Malaysia 357. I'm going to go back to 10. I want to get down here at 9. All right, back to 10,000. Let's just do this. Let's just give me a vertical speed, nice and easy. Vertical speed 800. Clear hold speed. It looks like we're clearing the hold, so we'll clear that. I'm just going to leave the box as is. I'm assuming he's going to give us an approach back to 7, so but we'll just wait right now. Okay, that was awesome. That was a freaking RA auto TCAS modeled, and it immediately complied. I need to clip that and use that as like a training clip, because we even saw the airplane right here. I saw him turn. I'm like, he looks like he's at the same altitude, and it was right there.
Turn left heading 16 maintain 8000.
All right, left turn 260 and descend maintain 7000, Malaysia 357 Super. I think he said 160.
That'll be left heading 160 and maintain 6000.
160 on the heading, maintain 6000 for Malaysia 357 Super. All right, back down. 6000, 160.
Super, you're cleared to the ILS approach runway 07. When established, contact tower 11820.
All right, clear approach ILS runway 7. We'll contact tower once established inbound on the ILS 7 approach, Malaysia 357 Super. Okay, we got some work to do. MROC approach, actually runway 7, ILS Zulu 7, via none, star none, temporary insert, and that's going to be Carba. Can I do a Carba? How do you draw the line in the 380? I don't know how to draw a line in a 380. Direct Carba, course in, course out, direct. Oh, you can't, not yet. Okay, okay, direct to insert. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to autopilot off real quick. I'm going to increase the rate of turn. We also need to slow to 180 here. We got a lot going on. Let's get our LS, let's go flaps 1. I know I'm not following the flight director right now. Just give me a second. Let's redirect us. Carba, redirect, insert. Okay, we're navving. We need to arm the approach. Won't let us arm it. That's interesting. We'll take a look at that here in a second. Bring you back over.
9001, turn right heading 310.
All right, autopilot 1 is back on.
310.
Thrust idle open descent. We're going down to 6,000. We got our LS push buttons on. We're not receiving the ILS yet. That's all right. Let's go flaps 2. Speed checks flaps 2. I'm going to start a new recording. A new recording is on. Runway's wet, braking is good. He wants us to call tower inbound, so let's go back to 18.6. Technically, we're not established yet. Okay, but we have it's active, so I'm going to call him now. Who we talked to? San Jose. San Jose Tower, Malaysia 357 Super. We're back. ILS runway 07.
Malaysian 357 Super, roger. Welcome back, sir. Let me know when you're established on the localizer for runway 07.
Okay, it'll be about another minute. We'll call you established, Malaysia 357. All right, we're not technically established yet, so we're going to maintain inbound on the nav. We're 180 on the speed, flaps 2. Things are looking good here. Do I need to reactivate the approach phase? Yeah, this thing's making me work. We're reactivated for the approach. That would have been fun. Start accelerating at 250 knots. Okay, now our taxi plan is going to be kind of thrown out the gate here. I don't know which way we can exit on this direction.
And Malaysian 357, just to confirm, sir, do you have full scenery for San Jose?
Affirmative, Malaysian 357.
Roger. Malaysian 357, once you have landed, I'm going to need you to exit to the right on Kilo, then turn left on Bravo. Cross runway 07 on Bravo, and then the gate will be at your discretion once in the ground.
Okay, copy that. We'll plan to vacate at Kilo, right turn Kilo, Bravo, back across for Malaysia 357.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so that's a right turn off that. Okay, I'm familiar with what he's talking about. All right, there's the Loke Star. We're established, and Malaysia 357 Super. We're established, ILS 07. Gears coming down.
Malaysian 357 Super, roger. Wind 2509. You're clear to land runway 07.
Clear to land 07, Malaysia 357 Super. Alright, we are clear to land. Gear's coming down. Still a little bit below that glide slope. Alt star. Shouldn't have dropped the gear yet. I got a little early on the gear. Virtual Flight Diners, thanks for the $5 super chat. Man, I've been busy. It's been the busiest approach I've flown in the sim in a long time. Would there be paperwork? Nah, no paperwork. Everything's good, man. Everything's been 100% kosher. Nope. If you're specifically talking to an RA, no, you don't have to file with an RA. It's automatically reported when you tell ATC. All right, glide slope star, go around altitude. We'll spin 10,000 in here. 10,000 is set. That could be an SOP thing for us, though. There's no paperwork for that. Flight director's off on this one. You talk about the glide slope and flight director? Flaps full, landing checklist. Alright, flaps full, landing checklist.
And Malaysian 357 shipper, information Charlie now active, QNH 2991.
Malaysian 357 super, roger. Alright, 29091 is set. We are looking good. Started that replay a little bit early. Man, that thunderstorm. Hey Gus, how's your weather looking in X-Plane over there, my man? This is why this sim is freaking awesome. Weather was fine. Started our descent. This rainstorm moved in here. It got too thick. We had to go around. Now, look, I just lost the runway. I could see the runway like a minute ago. Now I can't see anything.
Omnia 404, Roger, you're in tower frequency. Make sure you contact approach in 119.6.
Tuvaka says it looks like it's clear weather.
2,500.
All right, radio altimeter is alive.
2,500.
Right turn off. We'll plan auto brake 2. If I look at my now, I know you can't see it. So we said wet. The wet runway numbers was auto brake 1. We don't want that. We need auto brake 2. We need at least auto brake 3 actually. Let's go auto brake 3 just to be safe, because we've got to make. We cannot miss that right turn at Kilo. All right. You guys ready? I'm ready. Spoilers, arm. Landing checklist, cabin crew advised. Auto thrust is speed. Auto brakes are 3. ECAM memo, landing all green. Landing checklist is complete. Yes, pilot staff, it is simulated, but we've had a lot of, this has been quite the spicy arrival, so we're full IMC. I see something flashing out there. I don't know if that's the Pappies or what, or the real. I'm going to leave the auto thrust on again. It's doing a great job. This will be a fun replay. This minimum call is incorrect. We're going to ignore this. This was for the RNAV. I forgot to reset the minimums.
1,000.
So you're going to see a minimum call here momentarily. We'll ignore that. All right, runway, landing. Runway is in sight. We even got it at the RNAV minimum on this one. Barely. It looks, I can't see the end of the runway. That's what's spicy.
Minimum.
All right. Is it saying what?
Runway too short.
Oh, jeez.
400.
Runway too short. Runway too short.
Okay, that would be a go around, but we're not doing that.
Runway too short.
I'll show you runway too short.
Runway too short. Runway too short. Runway
50,
too short.
40, 30,
Runway
20,
too short.
10, 5.
Runway too short. Brake. Max braking. Max braking.
Spoilers.
Brake. Max braking.
First screen.
Auto brake.
I'm standing on the brakes.
On the middle of the runway.
70 knots. Is this Kilo? Yes, it
and
is.
Malaysian 357, I think you're going to be able to make the right into Kilo, continue Kilo and hold on Bravo before crossing 25 due to incoming traffic for 07.
I'm stuck. Right turn kilo and hold short 25 for Malaysia 357 Super. I got stuck with the click and drag bug. That was going to be so perfect. That was awesome. That was awesome. It's a wet runway though. Underpants too brown. Underpants too brown.
9001 established. Right, let's
So that was great ROPS.
WestJet 9001, Roger. Wind
I don't know why it said runway too
259,
short when we were
QNH
landing, because we
991,
even had wet
runway
numbers
07.
and it said we could stop with wet numbers.
land
Maybe we
everything
didn't
on
have
the
the
WestJet
additive,
9001.
because the wet numbers had us at the very end. That was auto brake 1. But then when we landed going into max auto brake, when it said that, I freaked out. I just stood on the brakes. So, yeah, it made me nervous. I stood on the brakes. So we're making the left turn.
WestJet
Bravo.
9001, I gotta go now, so tower will be closing.
hold
Contact
short.
again, approach on 119.6. See you, man.
Alright, going back to the approach. Thank you. Have a great day. See you later.
Thanks.
All stations, Toga Tower now closing. Contact Toga Control on 119.6. Have a great day, y'all.
Hey, thanks for the ATC, man. We'll talk to you next time. Oh, we're going to turn around and stop here. We're not doing an after lands yet.
Thanks for the ATC. Have a great day, sir.
Is there somebody on final still? We're going to stop and tell you what we're going to do here. We're going to do a couple of things. We're going to stop the recording, number 1. And we're going to turn and hold short. And we'll clean up the airplane. Let's turn our lights off so this guy doesn't have a heart attack when he breaks out. Alright, that is set. Let's clean it up here. I love how you can hear the two pumps. Like you can hear the pump in the front, or the slats moving, and then you can also hear the flaps in the background. 19.6 is what we need to be talking to. Outside of Malaysia 357 Super, holding short of runway 07 on Bravo.
Malaysia 357 Roger, continue holding traffic 737 and just landed. Call for crossing.
A copy of Malaysia 357 Super, hold short 07. Somebody just landed. Look at the viz. Look at the visibility has gone to 0. This is awesome. Ooh, Vodka got a 1.24. What was your landing rate? I don't.
Yeah, Delta on the left, yes, sir.
There he is. Look at that. As the rain lets up.
Roger, Delta, Alpha, position Alpha.
276. I'll take that. 1.08 G, which is what really matters. Get that 1.0 is what you want.
WestJet 9001.
I don't know if I don't think the. I mean, I know they work. But yeah, they don't move anything off the window. I don't think. Yeah. All right, well, that was epic. Make sure you hit the like button for ROPS. Jeez. How are the brake temps? 0. I don't think they're simulated.
Reciben todo 100 grados, 102 de cola, pista mojada, autorizado aterrizar 07, visibilidad reportada bajo mínimos. Notifica si se van a ir.
There's that 7.3 over there.
Autorizado aterrizar pista 07, ahí tengo todo en el marco,
Cross me! Let me cross! I'm just taking a breath after that. That got intense so fast. That got so intense. So look at the visibility changing. Now I can see all the way down there. Yeah, just confirm you on Malaysia 357 Super, still holding short 07. Or did he forget about us?
Malaysia 357, yeah, that's correct. Continue holding, get traffic, line of runway 07, and you get it back to your runway, so get you there.
Roger that. Just holding short 07, Malaysia 357. I guess we can turn our strobes off now. I was hoping he'd let us cross. Whew. Big Sierra gifted the 5 memberships. Big Sierra, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for the 5 gifted memberships, dude. Very kind of you.
Penalty box.
So, let's just recap that for a minute. I don't know if y'all fully understood what we just went through. We literally just went through basically an entire recurrent sim session. So, we had an RNAV approach to an intermediate go-around. That was pretty awesome. Up to 10,000, got to hear the full climb. I'm not sure why we got the gear warning there. Maybe the flaps procedure is different in the go-around 3. Maybe you go to 2 or 1. I just moved it 1 step to 3, and it didn't seem to like that. That could have been pilot error. Anyway, no harm, no foul there. Climb out 10,000. We held, entered the hold, held perfectly. After that, we were given instruction to then rejoin a 07 ILS, so exit the hold. Oh, wait, how could I forget? Before that, in the hold, we get a TCAS, TA. Then we get an RA. We get an auto APFD TCAS auto respond to the RA for a descending turn. At the same time, we're given a vector from ATC. So we're getting an RA in the turn, descending. Survive that head-on collision, then get vectored for the ILS to basically minimums. We get our ROPS going off saying that the runway was too short, which we said no, it's not. I wonder if it has to do, well, it would have to do with the displaced threshold on this side because you could roll out on that. I'm not sure what factors in the runway too short for the 380 because it showed us with wet numbers still landing on the runway. I'm assuming, because it even said, it came up, it said caution wet runway or something like that. It said wet runway, and then it said runway too short. So something happened, and when we looked at our plan, the wet stop bar was just short of the runway. So it was on there, but I'm assuming it didn't have its additive. So when we do landing calculations, we do our, you have your factored landing distance, and it has a safety margin, right? So it could have been that it didn't have the safety margin, or it could have just been a bug. Either way, so we land, and it still did the proper call, though. Even though we continued, and we landed on the runway too short, it then said max braking, which was really cool, which that freaked me out, so I just hit max. I just stepped on the brake pedals. But that was all in the span of, what, 10 minutes? That was wild. That was absolutely... Oh, Chaos says that was a bug because we went around. Ah, so the airplane thought we were over, basically. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, Chaos. So we shouldn't have had the runway too short from the beginning. But it was because we went around, it didn't recycle. Makes sense. Or maybe because we didn't reselect it. Maybe we should have reselected. Now you can see why there's 2 pilots up there. That was a lot. That was a heavy. I was trying pretty hard, and I was definitely oversaturated with tasks on that one. So, but hey, we got her down. We got her stopped. We had a decent landing, and that is the dynamics that Microsoft weather is. Look at this. Look at the weather. Oh.
And you can taxi to remote via calls, and then it's at your discretion.
All right, back taxi on the runway approved after the landing traffic, and then golf to remote for Malaysia 357. Okay, so it doesn't care about what you select on the ONs. Okay, I was hoping if I had just reselected it, maybe it would rechange it. But the dynamic weather is just so awesome.
Good luck. We are all counting on you, sir.
Is someone still landing? Who's landing? Is that AJ still? I mean, look at this. We're in between range shafts. Where is he? Yeah, this is basic live weather. It's just basic live weather. No mods, just live weather and no mods. That's why I've never changed it. I've never found a reason to change it.
Kind of just line of port since he's waited for 1400 then for brake action.
Look at that. So now the range shaft moves off the field. It's clear right here, but you look back this way, we can't even see the 380 down there. Look at that. I hear somebody. Oh. Oh. Here comes AJ and his flight factor, slewing it down. Ooh. That looked firm. That's cool though, we get full animations. That's pretty sweet. That's pretty sweet. I'm actually going to leave the camera here for our replay.
Welcome, area will see vacate the house.
He wants us to vacate at Gulf.
Alpha.
For Roger, vacate next left turn.
Okay, so this is one of those weird clearances where they say after the landing you're cleared. So he's clearing, so we are cleared to cross.
If you like.
So here we go, back taxiing. I can't see. I cannot see.
Down Alpha.
So in real life, obviously, would not do this.
Very much. Omni Express 404.
How was that kablamo, AJ? So in real life, you would I wouldn't comply with any after landing traffic instruction because you can't. There's no way to see here. You'd have to wait till you had a clearance. And they have, in real life, they have tower and radar and obviously all that. So taxi on instruments with the OANs, yeah. We're taxiing on instruments, so Gulf is down there towards the end, right? We got one in the middle at Gulf. I just don't want to go head-to-head with that triple. He's going to pop out. This is giving me the KLM Pan Am Tenerife vibes right here. Back taxi with zero fizz. So Gulf is after Delta. There's Delta, so Gulf is one more down. I mean, that view out the window, though, with the rain on the window looks so awesome. I love this airport, man. I love San Jose, so this is just beautiful. AJ, you seem pretty quiet in the chat, man. How was that landing report? 500? I look for. I know you're in a different sim. It gets funky, but that looked like you dang near stalled that sucker at 50 feet. All right, here comes Gulf. To remote. All right, remember we got a 5 knot limitation when you do a lock tiller turn, so you got to be careful here. Slow it down, a little differential juice. Hey, center's closed off. That was awesome. Thanks for the ATC. Hey, thanks for all the ATC guys. I don't know if you're all in chat, but thank you guys. That was a lot of fun. That made it, man. That really made. Because ATC hopped on, I mean, you guys got to see a slew of different things that would not have happened if we just, you know, all just lined up and landed or went willy-nilly. So, thank you again. We'll take it. Look at this beast. We'll go hard stand over here in the corner. I need to get, is there a parallel 42 effects for the 380? Because if there is, I might get it just for the 380. I might get it just for the 380. I'm going to hard wheel brake it here. We're going to cheat. We're going to try to do a 180. Right back into that spot. Romeo 8. Pleasure having you guys fly 380s into MROC. Hey man, it's a pleasure you flying in here, man. That was a lot of fun. If only I didn't get stuck with a click and drag bug there, it would have been a perfect exit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to... Oh, there's a ghost clipper. Somebody just landed, I think. Oh, it's just that other airplane super loud over there. The remote ramp is closed because I think my wingtip is blocking the entrance. Boop. We did it. All right. Who wants to see some replays? Who wants to see some replays? So I got to save this one. This is 380 MROC landing. That one is saved. Let's go ahead and disconnect from Iveo Premium. We made it, y'all. We made it. Let's go replay cam. Let's watch the replay of the go around first. So let's load 380 go around. All right, everybody hang on. Maybe I should have watched this one last. Probably should have done this one last, huh? Let's run it forward.
2,500.
Let's go here. We'll resume. Flaps are coming in. Brakes coming off. We're slowing down. Gotta go back a little bit so we can hear the spool up. So this was our first approach attempt on the RNAV 25. Welcome to El Coco. So on the approach, let's turn our
2,500.
So we were thrust idle, the auto thrust is on. All right, everything should work now. So we were on the approach. Let's do it from, I guess we'll do it from wing view for now. We should hear the climb out here. So we're on idle. If you remember, we're pretty much thrust idle, gear down, fully configured. We're trying to set up for the opposite direction. And if we look, I mean, right now, it's just monsooning right now. Yeah, it would have been really cool to have a parallel 42 effects on here, on this approach specifically. AJ's got sterile cockpit. He's cleaning up the cockpit after that mess. That was wild. Yeah, everyone makes fun of me until they have to do the same thing with a heavy in freaking Costa Rica. Alright, so I can see on the replay where we're getting close to the go around. We're gonna bottom out. Can we see it right now? No, we are hard IMC right now, still. Bottoms out. There's go around. Flaps 3. Oh, look at that. We'll have to watch that without the clouds. Leveling 10. Flaps 1. That's what we got. We had the no gear there for a minute, like I thought we were landing still. No, weather is not saved on replay, so this is still the real weather right now. So if you were to do this approach right now in real weather, this is what it would be looking like. There we go. We had our slats out still. That's cool. Yeah, leveling at 10,000 feet. Very cool. That was awesome. Okay, so now that was really cool. That let's pause that. Actually, let's just. Hell, I don't want to hit the slats. We'll leave the slats where they are. I want to hear that spool up again real quick. So let's put the gear handle down. I moved it back so we're just prior to the level off and go around. Let's do it from like. We'll do it from right here. Mr. Leahy, take it easy, man. Thanks for hanging out with us today, man. It was a lot of fun. All right, so we're just about to bottom out. I just want to hear the again. So right there, we start to level. Now remember, we didn't do an immediate toga. We leveled. We started to open. It started to pitch. Oh, that growl. That growl is awesome. And then that puppy, we were climbing quick. Real quick. Awesome. All right, so that was cool. Now let's go ahead and I'm going to put the gear handle in the up position. I'll leave flaps in position 1. I'm going to pause. Actually, I got to stop replay and load the other one. So the airplane is just kind of doing its thing there. Stand by. There we go. All right, so now we're loading into our other one. Let's configure everything. Let's get our auto thrust back to where it was. Why are you in toga? Let's put you back into this position here. Climb thrust, auto thrust is on. There we go, we get our thrust levers back. That looks good. Autopilot doesn't have to be engaged, that's fine. We don't even need the flight director on there. And I will leave you with a full replay, so let's just run it forward to landing. Get the flaps out. Let's go up here, we'll zoom it forward. Because I'll leave you guys with one long replay to watch. Watch that touchdown there. We got a rainbow right now. That's cool. All right, so we are coming through 4,000 feet. Yep. Here we go. Yeah, Paf. The audio from Boris Audio Works is some of the best in the sim. I mean, it is the best in the sim world, man. Boris Audio Works is the GOAT, and he did the sounds for this aircraft. Way too short my ass, exactly. Yeah, Al, it is crazy. When you think about the logistics behind it, they have to go through all the weather ingestion, then process it, send it back out, and then we all see the same weather in the sim, except Gus and AJ. That looked pretty similar to what we saw. Oh, Salmon, there's plenty of clean versions. There's plenty of clean versions online. The FSTO. I wanted to. I think this is the only quote-unquote dirty version I could find.
Runway too short.
Oh, you can even hear it in the replay.
Runway too short.
This is straight out of a training
too short.
video, guys. This is awesome.
Runway too short. Runway too.
So we said, nope, we don't care. We're going down. Ooh, let me arm the speed brakes. See how we did. Yeah, it'd be sweet to have. It'd be sweet to have some replay effects on there, or water effects. Max braking. And then I got stuck with the click and drag button. This is what it was supposed to look like, but if you remember when we landed, there was no visibility here. No visibility there. Alright, so let's wind it back a tad more.
Runway too short.
Let's go to our view here. This is where we saw AJ stall it at 50 feet. Perfect wet landing, 250 on the fleet per minute or so. A wet runway landing, that's perfect. I'll take that. That one said 1.05 G. So someone was telling me that the foot per minute is dependent upon your frame. So if you want to be more accurate, look at the G load. Seems to make sense in theory, but I don't know. I don't trust those things too much. Definitely could have had more flare, but remember, on a wet runway, especially a non-grooved one, you don't want to, well, obviously you never want to float, but if you really flare it on and butter it on, then you can induce hydroplaning much easier. So just set it down, get into the reverse, make sure those spoilers deploy. That's one of the most important things, is those spoilers. Not only do they help slow you down because of drag, but it gets the weight on the wheels, which makes the braking more effective. Well, here she comes again, out of the rain.
Way too short.
That engine wobble, though. It's awesome. Right on center line. I will take it. All right. That's it, y'all. Wind it back. I'm going to let you have one nice long replay. Let me get the gear up. Let me put the flaps where they were. And you guys can enjoy the last replay going into San Jose, Costa Rica. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for the support. Thank you for hitting that like button. Especially hit it on the way out if you haven't already. That was fun. 380 has been a lot of fun. I was going to do another stream tonight on a secret airplane. I don't know if I have time. We shall see, but make sure you stick around the channel just in case I do. Shout out FlyByWire again. Free airplane. Absolutely awesome. Have a ton of fun with this aircraft. Hope you guys enjoyed this flight into San Jose, Costa Rica. Enjoy our second approach for runway 07. Flaps to 180 over the terrain into the rainstorm. You guys have been awesome. See you in chat. I'll see you this weekend. If I don't see you, I'll see you this weekend for sure. Just not sure when. Y'all take it easy. Stay safe. Stay healthy. I'm V1. See you.
2,500. 2,500.
Too short.
400.
Runway too short. Runway too short. Runway too short. Runway too short.